free. So I give you everything. No holding back. My heart is yours, Lord. 'Cause it's all I got. If it's not you, then Lord, it's nothing. If it's not you, it's nothing at all. If it's not you, then Lord, it's nothing. It's got to be you.
Creator of the universe, what can't you do? What can't you do, Jesus? The name above every other name. What can't you change? What can't you change? Jesus, 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 Creator of the universe. What can't you do? What can you not do? Jesus, you are the name above every other name. What can't you change? What can you not change? Jesus, 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 you are creator of the universe. I say, what can you not do? What can you not do? Jesus, 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 you are the name above every other name. What can you not change? What can you not change? Jesus, you are able, great and mighty God. Oh, you are able. Jesus, Jesus, that is your name, that is your name. You are able, great and mighty God. Oh, you are able, you are able. Jesus, Jesus, you are able, great and mighty God. You are able. are you, Lord. All creation, they call you God. Worthy, worthy is your name. Sing, holy are you, Lord God Almighty. Are you, Lord? Oh, creation, they call you God. What is your name, oh Lord? We worship Jesus. Awesome God. How great are you, oh God? You alone are God. Mighty are your miracles. We stand in awe of you. You amaze me. You amaze me, Lord. And we bow before your name. We bow before your name. Hey, awesome God. How great you are. You alone are Lord. You alone are Lord. You alone are Lord. We stand in awe of you. We stand in awe of you. Lord, we bow down and worship you. My Jesus, my Savior, Lord, there is none like you. All of my days, I want to praise the wonders of your mighty works. Hey, my Father, you are my shepherd. You're the tower of refuge and strength. Let every breath, all that I am, and never cease to worship, never cease to worship, never cease. Kingdoms come and kingdoms go. Your word remains the same. You are there before creation. Ancient of days, you reign forevermore. I sing your praise, Jesus, Jesus. We bow down, yeah. We worship. Only you are God. We place no one before you. We bow down. We worship. Only you are God. We place no one before you. Oh. Oh, heaven and earth adore your name. Kingdoms come and kingdoms go, but your word remains the same. You were there before creation, ancient of days. You reign forevermore. I sing your praise, Jesus.
Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. The only name that the enemy is scared of. What a mighty, mighty God we serve. Gracious God, everlasting Father, thank you for a brand new day. This is Mpɔtam Morning Show on Papalo Radio with Papalo Perfect. We're streaming live on www.modinghana.com, onlineradiobox.com.
We bow down.
Follow us on all our social media handles, Papalo Radio/TV, on YouTube, on Facebook, on Twitter, on Instagram. The best is yet to come. Come on, go ahead and say thank you to God. Did you say thank you to God when you got up from your slumber? You have no idea how God wakes us up again.
Because we see your goodness.
Having the free gift of life is a privilege, it's not your right. Go ahead and praise the name of the Lord. Magnify the name of the Lord. Give him praise, give him honor, give him adoration. What a gracious God we serve.
Oh my
God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good.
oh yeah.
45 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio.
Lay my head.
We're going to have a nice time.
Of the goodness.
We have a lot of information for you, a tsunami of information. On Papalo Radio, we educate, we inform, and we entertain. We are best in news, best in sports, best in entertainment, best in religious affairs,
All my life.
best in politics. We have a lot for you today. What a gracious God we serve. Magnify the name of the Lord. Joshua said, as for me and my family, we shall serve the Lord. We have only one God.
Of God.
He's the author and finisher of our faith, the one who died and resurrected on the third day, Jesus Christ, the Son of the living God.
For you made me through the fire.
Show produced by GH, my co-host David Santos.
You are close like no.
Great team member Madam Gyakye Quayson.
I know you will.
Today is a very special day
I know.
in the life of every believer. Alright, good morning Ghana, daybreak Africa, daybreak the world.
Of God. Yeah.
Good morning, the Parliament of Ghana, the judiciary, the presidency, the Ghana Police Service, Ghana military.
All my life you have been.
Good morning, all students, all teachers across the globe. Good morning, all media houses. Good morning, all journalists and broadcasters. Good morning, every worker in Ghana. I want you to know that every worker is important. Let's celebrate every worker. We need the shoemakers to give us the best of shoes. We need the seamstress to sew our stuffs for us. We need the fashion designers to make us more fashionable. What a God we serve. Asida fasida murade pijane yene kesiye ode menya adwen yene nasi nya adwen yenkasa sidan ka brade ye to wadu obonsam sority obade brade ajewo moje die frusane techre madabodwem osu ye brade be pepa wani wa munisuo brade be hye wani monyam obeyi wafia manemu. Go ahead and praise the name of the Lord. Mpɔtam morning show. Kring Mpɔtam morning show with Papa Law Perfect. Shot fired, fingers crossed. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from every evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen and amen. Forever, oh God, thy word is settled in heaven. Let the word of God settle every dichotomy in your life. Let the word of God deliver you, rescue you. And Bible said he sent forth his word, healed and delivered his people. All right, so before we kickstart the whole program, we have to appreciate God for what he has done and what he's about doing. You are alive because God wants you to continue with your life journey. I have the weather forecast for you, and this is the weather forecast for today. Areas along the coast, especially within the central and western regions, will be experiencing rain this morning. Scattered thunderstorms are anticipated for areas in the northern and transition zones later this morning into the afternoon. Ghana Meteorological Agency has announced. Did you hear that? Let me read it one more time. Areas along the coast, especially within the central and western regions, will be experiencing rain this morning. Scattered thunderstorms are anticipated for areas in the northern and transition zones later this morning into the afternoon. Ghana Meteorological Agency has announced. God is good all the time, and all the time the Lord is good. Madam Gladys, how you doing? I believe you are bouncing well. May God keep you and protect you. The CEO of AIM Ghana. Straight up, don't crooked up, all right? So I have a lot of headlines for you today. So let's look at those news that are making major headlines in our various newspapers. No basic school has new curriculum. Textbooks. Clement Apak. Interesting Ghana. MPP has no lookhouse when it comes to winning a Senate by-election. Mustafa Bandi, NDC National Deputy Secretary. Encourage acquisition measures of banks and non-bank financial institutions. That is the NBFIs. Encourage acquisition measures of banks and non-bank financial institutions if needed. IMF tells government. I'm asking the government a rhetorical question. It means they should answer for themselves and to themselves. Who is really managing the economy? I thought the MPP government always boasts about having the men. I thought the MPP has an economic whiskey in the person of His Excellency, the Vice President, Dr. Bawumia. Supreme Court reasoning for kicking Gyakye Quayson out of Parliament. Strange. According to Sami Jemfi, the NDC's National Communication Officer. It used to be the National Propagandist Secretary. So we thank God that the NDC has changed their ways of doing things. All right, so finally, Gyakye Quayson's judgment, why he was kicked out of Parliament, or why his name was expunged from the records of Parliament. In other words, the election, 2022 parliamentary election, was rendered null and void. That judgment is finally out, and the NDC is punching a lot of holes, according to Amaleba. NDC punches holes in Supreme Court's full judgment on Gyakye Quayson. Kwabena Don called the former power minister hit back at World Bank country director over his claims on PPAs, that is the power purchasing agreement. Do you remember Amerideal? Do you remember Cow Power? I remember when Amerideal arrived in Ghana, we were very close to December, and so the MPP at the time in opposition, instead of saying Merry Christmas, they say a Merry Deal, a Merry Christmas. Hey, I come Ghana and some see. That is politicians for you, and politicians will always be politicians, as they rightly put it. They always say that honorable, always an honorable. So politician, always a politician. When you give a politician the microphone to speak in church, before you realize they are preaching the gospel and they are doing politics. You tell them, honorable, just say hi to the church. And the next minute, when it's time for election, please make sure you vote for the NDC or the MPP. The ideology must be broken. LPG, Moho, Akwalu, is everything okay? Or see, we must break the ideology. Let's see how things rumble in 2024. How I wish this ideology is broken. I wish it's broken. But how long is it going to take the country? NDC punches a lot of holes into Supreme Court full judgment on Gyakye Quayson. Don't forget that Amaliba happens to be, or he is, the legal head of legal affairs when it comes to the NDC as a party. Will pursue government to review 3 tax revenue measures. E-levy, Guta says so. How are you doing? I believe you are bouncing well. May the grace of God that surpasses all understanding rest upon you. Mahama, AKUFO-ADDO and Gyakye Quayson storm NDC fake meeting to resolve to win the Ascend North seat. Hey, Ascend North now yet they say. Now all the attention when it comes to politics is on Ascend North. Everything is there. Politicians can be very interested. Wow. Anyway. Sophia Akuaku wins the African Iconic Female MP Award. Poku Asoya donate to orphanage homes. What a God we serve. Ghana risk losing cocoa sector. Cocoa board accumulated losses. Non-producing countries start producing. Now China is even into cocoa production. Can you imagine? And we still allow them to destroy our water bodies, destroy our forests, and destroy our lands. God have mercy on our leaders. Move to sanitize forex market. BOC, or Bank of Ghana, to provide forex liquidity at prevailing market rate. IMF says so. Kenyan MP partners Kufuor Foundation to end period poverty. Don't forget President Kufo, former President Kufo, established the Kufo Foundation to alleviate poverty from our society. Irate DC turns funeral grounds into boxing arena. Beat up women organizer leaving her with swollen eye and arm. Our $430 million COVID-19 grant to Ghana was not misused. World Bank country director says so. It's getting interesting. Dr. Opoku Prempeh wins Civil Service Award. Napo no no. Napo. Under MPA Act 691, MPA to start the prosecution of criminal acts. Mustafa Hamid, what's it say? Prosecuting what check? Michiao Anopei, I salute. SIM card deactivation, mobile money account holders cry out. Once more, when he comes, he can't. I come. He can't shit. Ghana for the no. When he can say, God have mercy. All right, on my baby, ye for me, no me no ara. Bomodia say, obebo homotin. Now what shall one day, none of pay. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page or your timeline, send the link to your friends. Tell your friends it's time for Mpɔtam morning show. Mpɔtam to say, and now what dear papa, and they be cancel. Yeah, do be call, Mpɔtam. Near ni watching komo. Dear cause one Mpɔtam ye be mau kwine. Now what you atuja. Let's get interactive. Comment. Go into the comment section and then let's comment. Let's do this together. Nana One Shoes, my sponsors. Hey, Nana One Shoes. Nana One Shoes is into all sales of all kinds of shoes for kids and adults. Nana One Shoes is of good quality. Somebody will ask, why should I buy from Nana One Shoes? Their shoes is of good quality and very, very affordable. Read my lips. Very, very affordable. So contact Nana One Shoes on 0256-836112. 0256-836112. Nana One Shoes can be located at if you want to walk in and buy from Nana One Shoes, they can be located at Community 11, directly opposite Community 11 school complex. Now when it comes to photography, Shabba Rich Photography Stand Store. Shabba Rich Photography, they are into all kinds of photography, passport size photograph, photo shoot. When you want to take a shoot for your wedding, your engagement, your parties, and then your naming ceremonies, contact Shabba Rich on 0244671593. 0244671593. Contact Shabba Rich on this number. Shabba Rich can be located at Community 11 adjacent Presbyterian University Tema campus. When it comes to poultry and pigs, Papa Law Farms Stand Store. Contact for Papa Law Farms for your poultry, your chicken, your eggs, and then your pigs. Contact us on 0243446455. 0243446455. We do nationwide delivery. Contact us and we'll be right at your doorstep. Now, when it comes to balloon decor, one name stands tall. Lotte Law Balloon Decor. Lotte Law Balloon Decor. Lotte Law Balloon Decor. Contact Lotte Law Balloon Decor for all your balloon decorations. When you are having your wedding, your engagement, your party, your naming ceremonies and all that, Lotte Law Balloon Decor is always at your service. Contact Lotte Law on 0542 37 1320 0542371320. Lotte Law Balloon Decoration is a hallmark. They are located at Community 1, directly opposite Zenith Bank, TMA branch. Now when it come to chicken, and kukodia, kwadu farms at the mushroom, the mufua. Omoton broilers, omoton layers, bovans, no, omonetono, omotopa layers, no, omoton layers, more white type, or more brown type. White, 14 Ghana cedis, brown 13 cedis, 50 pesos. Cockerel, so there's more white. White 2 Ghana cedis, 2 Ghana cedis, brown 5 cedis, 50 pesos. More Plymouth, near men and a friend check, and almost 5 Ghana cedis, 5 Ghana cedis. Sasso Bears, and then so almost 9 cedis, 50 pesos. Kwadu Farms. Obetuma contact you more 0245 99 quadruple 0 0245 9900 0245 99 quadruple 0 and now betuma from more 0243 502811 0243 502811. Kwadu Farms, they are located at Tantra Hills. They are open for service every Tuesdays. Say open so new mudija ebenande bia. Omo Tantra Hills. Omo one omo fefi Ivory Coast. Omo say nationwide delivery. Dane da say open so to abua from January 1st kopim December 31st. Ombinya biama. Don't be a seasonal farmer. Wonsom ye de nipa na ye adepa wo fi oye ensem trofo anu ntina no pa ye je empato woni abetra ha se ebesom e wo kwan paso ebema all the information across the globe, especially in Ghana. Ya bemo atide ekoso wo man Ghana mu ne e wo se menu mienu ye e de na ekoso wo Mpɔtam dwumadie ne ye de amount because dwumadie ne di Mpɔtam morning show kire se Mpɔtam community ne ekoso no ye pese ehu ye pese bo hu deru ye nyina build Ghana together sebe ye see a bodam wa ye bodam fifie charity they say begins at home. David Santos,
Attorney General. Hey, Attorney.
Share, Mr. Sarah say. Ghana be de. Ghana ye nika papa.
Okay.
Sa se dia na mesre ye no. Domi level.
Yeah.
You say sa no so say. So o man panyi si die bi o kosre o parliament no say. Hey. Nana do no.
Yeah.
AB Fuseni. AB Fuseni.
Okay.
Or say everything is going higher apart from the height of the president. Nyamnam kai AB Fuseni na kai. Na enra Captain Smart, ye bia Captain Smart so enra wasa TSC. O say oforiata o say wa na wo kan say loan bia Ghana for kwaje no. Ote wo de. Iti maka. Na nye social media ni yesiw nipa ubesiw mi a fa me court ana fa breme
okay
enso behwe no dwane
se
ebu aye de ade ba ayi court ayi no omo de ba de omo de samo.
Sometimes you have to side your opponent as if you are strong.
I'm telling you. Ka wie so ado a chess person.
Ono na kan ti wa
ka na nye easy kra wa TSC be do baby a journalism there or say wo niama asema o ka dey authentic e credible what you say said ye asema ba ho a unsi ye ka bibia o platform yi so a ye point out who said it and in public domain mo ye nka ho asem ni enti a honorable Kennedy Japan lose the case against yenua ya wetu bataya or tea loud or say that with all due respect Kevin Taylor.
Kevin
America running to say we a public figure what's embe to you be a kabi and woni ho kwan say o see you for defamation.
Sure.
Didn't my honorable eja or lose case no. But the reality is that what can someone for facts on the grounds at toho. No yes no query dear dance more no. The truth is one only one. And he said a tough form and not tough form. David Santos,
Attorney General.
I hope you had a good night.
Very soon it goes sweet like say we bribe God.
Hey, and then they are no wedding. It will be sweet like we bribe God.
Yes.
Obi also to me bribe nyami.
Debi.
O kata nyami ani muso enye yi.
Na me kan.
E do di boni a otesoro o hwe.
One
hotel.
Aha. And some who debi ade na eye denu. On beka say.
That's right.
Ya bribe God. But onu agasa na bi ekwan emaye.
That's right.
It very soon it goes sweet like say we bribe God.
Wow.
But we don't bribe God. We can't bribe God as he said. Yes, so that's how it's going to be.
I hope someone can Stubborn Academy.
There be enya there bemuda.
Stubborn Academy ni di omo ho ehene.
Aha.
Omo ye niama o.
Odi esa wonim dada.
Ubi sans o ye juma be o se computer.
O se computer.
Abuzigi. Computer ye juma.
Ye juma. Obi adi na adwen ani nam sa.
All right, on my be ye feminu me nuara David Santos me co-host na hotel en Kano. And pay am pay bedwa. So we say the producer ahonke Kano was right easy. Wo hwe award na ye beje ama no. When your nominations in kwa miensa.
Yes.
Say ahanya gro ni yedi. The producer nya awards on kwa miensa. Ye ko ye nim no. Member na send na me de atodwa. Ni dini bone na ye din, but be yire me ho.
Ye be di code.
Ye be yire ho. And now be double click it.
We are brutal.
David Santos,
Attorney General.
What's happening? Then I also. What news be here?
Me what news be? No ana me ba na obi bisa me say ye na ya at least ya dwumudo. Entinu obi bisa me say uda anopa. On say uda anopa na wo sorry a. Inso bi tai fa ho. Edinu
entotrowa. You can say twi ni de entotrowa.
But obi bisa me English name.
Catch say saliva pass.
Allah bakaba.
Saliva pass cheeks. But Google na say obo I mean, Google e bia obo.
Debbie, someone say
you see ye nkyere no.
Yeah.
A producer be hwehwa man.
So
that ntesu na eba. Your friend is saying. A very good question. E bia na ye onomatopoa.
Okay.
Onomatopoa. We literature kakra ewom.
Yeah.
Metaphor no money onomatopoa.
Okay.
Enye easy.
Crack.
Ye teacher bi na no kire twi no say hwe. Tete no ye na nanom kwowo a omo ade bi e frɛ no opodo. Eno so ni den. Ade bi a ye say omo hye atudro. Yina ye de cop barrel no those bullet no.
Okay.
You know those days you know they have your friend Atobam. Atobam no cafe no. And so at the end of the day watch said na ye will be there also opodo. And or the two teacher no. The teacher in back class was opodo no say you I have sacked you.
Oh, just like that.
You know say titimremo na any kapa your friend drool is survivor that escapes your mouth often while you sleep. It's caused by relaxed swallowing reflexes but can also be a symptom of a health condition. Timwa mano so no. Your friend drool DROOL drool.
Enya Jude.
No.
Okay.
Jude.
Jude
no wasam.
Ana
Jude biajo girl. Debi Jude biajo girl ala.
Debi tie mi.
Debi Jude die.
Ateni asema mi bisa
yes. Biblical name gra.
Ena mi kan say.
Udi ye ni Bible mu. Udi wo Bible mu.
Mi din wo Bible.
Ehefa.
David no e wo Bible.
So o ka Santos ne dia. Me Santos ne na me follow.
Santos
David in there wo ho say me nim.
When you say Santos, do you know the meaning of Santos? Saint.
Tell us.
That's saint. So beloved saint. Yes.
And I'm paye bedwa. You fire motivational quote for the day, no?
Yeah.
I think you have it.
Yes, I have it here.
Okay.
Today motivational message or vitamin. It goes like
no. Me de se bibia se unu asum na wo mia wo baby. Obu o nu na suma no mia.
Obi akate e dia fru all of a sudden nana.
Hwe. On sa brabo no. O betumi afro bi adamfo one day. No twe ne ho prekope. Suddenly those people are dangerous. It means they were just in your life to spy on your success or what you are doing and then use that against you. Sorry. That's how it is. Yeah.
All of a sudden.
That's the reality. Yes. So don't be surprised when all of a sudden those we call friends just leave your life all of a sudden. Just cut off. And that's it.
Okay, Attorney. Today motivational message. It says, all of a sudden they stop talking to you. Don't trip. God will sometimes cut off an infection to keep it from spreading. Yes. Do you know what it means?
Tell us.
You started, but I will finish it.
Finish for me.
Attorney, you know, sometimes, as you said, the people that, you know, they are closer to us. You see them, we move with them, we go with them. All of a sudden,
we just disappear.
When they see that you are flourishing, they won't talk to you. They won't ask you anything. All of a sudden, you see them somewhere else. Even when people ask them, say this person, like how Peter, the woman asked Peter, do you know Jesus? So I said, me, this man,
I don't know him.
I don't know him.
So Peter, in my own, perception, believed that Peter was dangerous than Judas.
Peter was dangerous. Hey, you are also raising.
Peter denied Christ 3 times and the cock crowed. Not the cock crowing 3 times. So look at the supersonic move at which Peter betrayed Christ. 3 times and the cock crowed. Look at the distance. When a cock say "Coco crow,"
they stop
between the first and the nest. Look at the distance. How long does it take a cock to crow? Twice. So look at the supersonic way.
Yeah.
Why people betray us just like that. This guy said he does not know Christ
at all.
Interestingly, it was a little girl who was asking him, you are one of those.
Yes.
Me, Peter. I've never known this man. What is so dangerous and painful?
Yeah.
That your friend, before men, when you needed his recommendation or accreditation, tells people that I don't know Santos.
Hey!
Meanwhile, he knows you. He wines and dines with you. In fact, on the Mount of Transfiguration, it was Jesus, Peter, James, and John. He picked the beloved ones.
Okay.
3 to accompany him to the mountain. That's where they saw Moses and Elijah. The 2 major prophets
got it right, yes.
of old. Yet Peter says he doesn't know Christ. Can you imagine? At least Judas betrayed Christ with a kiss. So be careful who you are kissing.
Okay.
Some kisses are signs of betrayal.
Okay.
Alright, so all of a sudden they stop talking to you. Don't trip. God sometimes cut off an infection to keep it from spreading. Like cancer.
Yeah.
If you don't deal with it, it will spread everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think sometimes when certain people also live our lives, we shouldn't kill ourselves. We should be mindful of the fact that God in his own wisdom can take people out of our life and bring anybody back into our life.
But I don't know whether it's good when they cut off just like that. Can we ask them questions, or it's good you don't mind them?
Silence is also a decision. Silence is a decision. When you keep quiet about something, it's a decision.
Okay.
And when you are silent, it's dangerous.
It's dangerous.
Your silence can kill. That's how it is. So basically, today I want to encourage the listener, the viewer, that hey, when people leave your life, don't kill yourself. Some are infectious, and God doesn't want them to spread to kill you. So be wise. Alright, so 50 minutes on top of the hour, 7 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papalo Radio. We're streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to put into your search engine Papalo Radio /TV. Go on YouTube. Today we are streaming live on YouTube and on Facebook. I want you to go there right away. Just go there and enjoy the convo. Right about now, I will be going on the phone line after the break to speak with this great magnanimous person. He's full of energy. He's wiser than the word wisdom. I love this man to the core. Mr. John Appiah, he's the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. So very soon I'll put him on the line, and then we'll address a very pertinent subject. A lot of you hear about celebrity status and all that. Some of you are forced to become a celebrity overnight. We had the likes of this girl, Black Beauty. There was this girl who took Rashida, Black Beauty, and today we can't find Rashida again. We had Equiapim Polo all over the place. Now even Shatta Wale is going down, so you can imagine. Shatta, but don't fight me. He said, hey, you, this guy, hey, me. That's how he talks. And sometimes I look at his body structure, and I'm like, this guy always, I will slap you. You can slap the people you talk about. Bulldog, if I see you, I'll go slap you. Interested. All right, so I'll go for a quick break. Mpɔtam Morning Show. All right, our brand new Wawa Ball Mpɔtam Morning Show with Papa Law Perfect. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to hit the share button, share the broadcast on your page, on your timeline. Listen, the reason why you must share is because we have this great brain on the line to speak to the subject, celebrity. A lot of people are abusing and misusing this title, including legend. Who is a legend? Somebody drops an album, a hit on the streets of Ghana, on all the app stores and all that, and the next minute we are addressing them as legends. And maybe I'll take an opportunity after discussing celebrity. This great mind will address that for us. Good morning, sir.
How are you?
I'm bouncing around. And yourself?
It's always a pleasure listening to you. And some of the things you say, hey, Shatta will come for you.
I'm telling you. the youth president. Shatta, the youth president. I'm telling you. How's the family and how is everybody?
Oh, everybody is fine. And greetings to your team and to my friend Santos.
That's right. Santos is here. Your mentee.
Yes.
That's right. Tell us about A-League and briefly about the African Chamber for Youth Development. Briefly, so that
okay, great. So yes. The A-League Consult is a human capital development organization that essentially focuses on recruitment, training, capacity building for individuals, professionals, and for organizations. And then the African Chamber for Youth Development is a youth development hub where young leaders across the various platforms are given the opportunity to develop their leadership skills and to build capacity to be effective and efficient leaders.
Wow, I like that. So who qualifies to be part of all these?
Yeah, so for the A-League Consult, our training is not limited to age.
Okay.
Because it's a corporate organization, it's a for-profit organization. So, for example, radio stations, TV stations, businesses can engage with the A-League Consult for us to come in there to, do a needs assessment to find out the needs of the people in the business and how we can build their capacity and how we can help them to be more efficient. But for the African Chamber for Youth Development, it is exclusively dedicated to young people. So young people across the spectrum who need capacity building, leadership, mentorship, coaching, the African Chamber for Youth Development is the right place to come.
Wow. Then put us on your list. We'll engage in A-League very soon. All right, so let's move to the main subject. I'm sure you've heard this terminology, flying left, right, center, almost everywhere. Who is a celebrity? So, Honorable, who is a celebrity?
Okay, so I'll give you two approaches to this conversation. I'll talk about the typical, usual thing, and then in my own perspective, I will also talk about who I think should be considered a celebrity.
That's right.
So usually when you talk about a celebrity, the typical conventional definition for a celebrity is essentially anyone who has attained fame and popularity, usually in the arts and entertainment space.
Okay.
Sometimes politics, sports, and business.
Okay.
All right. So for most of the people who call celebrity in our present day generation, you would find out that either the person is into arts or entertainment, or the person is into politics, or the person is into sports, or the person is into business. All right. Now, usually what happens is that it is the mass media that choose these people to fame and popularity, because the mass media is a very powerful tool. So radio, TV, newspapers, magazines. All right. So these people, when they come into contact with the mass media, it is able to catapult them or lift them to a certain dimension where they are able to attain a certain level of fame and popularity. So typically, that is who you may want to classify or call a celebrity. But I want us to look at it in another dimension that may be very helpful, especially to young people, up-and-coming leaders, for them to have this perspective of who a celebrity is. I think that a celebrity is someone who has achieved a certain level of significance or recognition or impact, and hence attained a state of being celebrated.
Okay.
In other words, anybody who has, by dint of hard work, been able to achieve a certain level of significance and recognition and impact, and therefore that person is praiseworthy, that person is worthy to be honored, that person is worthy to be celebrated. I think that our focus as young people should be on people like that, and not necessarily restrict the terminology celebrity to only people just in arts and entertainment and all that. And I love the preamble you gave in the introduction of the conversation. There was once a young lady called Rashida Black Beauty.
That's right.
She shot to fame for obviously bad reasons. And now ask yourself, where is she? She's nowhere to be found.
That's right.
Even though she shot to fame, ask yourself, was she invited to any major big political event or any major state event or national event or anything like that? No, she was obviously not selected or called to be part of such engagement. And today she's nowhere to be found. So there are times that people can become infamous, maybe for something bad or something negative. It can shoot them up into the limelight, but the point is that for such people, sustaining it is usually the problem. So you go back after time to look for them and they are nowhere to be found. So I think that young people should rather focus more on what they can do that can make significant changes and impact, obviously positive impact on the society, to the point where they will be celebrated, they will be adored, they will be honored, and they'll be given that kind of recognition. That is how I want us to look at the concept of celebrity.
So in that regard, I will ask, in your opinion, what qualifies or what makes one a celebrity?
I think that for me, the most important thing is for the person to do something that is praiseworthy and worth celebrating.
Not in a negative way.
Not in a negative way. See, when you do something negative, it can shoot you to the light. It can bring you into the media. And remember I said the mass media plays an important part of this conversation.
Certainly.
You remember some time ago, there was a very popular armed robber who was arrested. I think his name was Atai.
Atai, yes. He's now an elder in the prisons.
You see the whole point. But what led to his rise to fame was the notoriety which he had. Exactly. So it is about doing something which is positive, something that can be celebrated, something that people can be proud of, something that people can be associated with.
Osama bin Laden, a classical example too.
Yes. He was a very popular person. Everybody knew him. When you Google him, you get a lot of articles upon him or about him. So you see, the point is that I think that you need to do something which is significant and praiseworthy and something which is worth celebrating. All right, that should be the number one thing that should drive your perspective if you want to become a celebrity. All right, the second thing too is that usually people like that have a large following. And now with social media, it's even easy to track and recognize and identify the following you have.
That's right.
So some of these people, by virtue of social media, have risen to a certain level. And when we go later on, we'll talk about the impact that social media has made on the celebrity culture. But the second point about what makes a person a celebrity, in my opinion, is that the person has a large following. Immediately you mention the person's name, people know him or her, people are able to associate with her. They have a very large fan base and popularity as a result of the following that they have. And I think that when you want to, or when a person becomes a celebrity, you are regularly in the media. You can't hide from the media. There's very little you can do without the media attention. Media is always on you, either calling you for interviews, either inviting you to be part of programs and events. Even if you go to an event, you cannot be hidden. The cameras are on you, the pictures, the photography, the paparazzi, and then all that. So these are the three main things that, in my opinion, makes someone or may push somebody into that particular status. When you are able to do something significant and praiseworthy, and then you are able to acquire or get a lot of following as a result of what it is that you have done, and of course your regular engagement or interaction with the media push you out there as somebody who can be considered as a celebrity.
So you spoke about paparazzis. I knew, or we all know that Princess Diana and her husband were involved in this accident because of the paparazzis and all that.
That's right.
But what or how has social media impacted the concept of who a celebrity is? Social media.
Great. And then, if you look at Princess Diana, as at that time, social media wasn't rife. All right. So almost all the time, it had to be the mainstream media. Either they take a photograph or interview her or something before, she's out there, so to say. But now social media has made the thing very, very easy and very, very simple. All right. And what it is that because of the power of social media, it has become fairly, very easy and simple for people to rise into a celebrity status.
Okay.
All right. And even with international recognition, because, social media has made the world a global village. So you may do something here in Ghana, your interview you are doing is being streamed online, and somebody in China, somebody in Russia can watch it and listen to it. So it's possible that you have a fan base even in places that you have no idea of. I have heard of people who, in their own opinion, they are just outside Ghana, walking through the streets of maybe London or US, and somebody approaches them and say, "Hey, I know you. I've been following you on Facebook. I've been following you on social media." So it tells you how powerful social media is. And the social media concept has given rise to a new breed of celebrities whom I would want to refer to as the influencers.
That's right.
That is how they are now called, the influencers. So who's an influencer? Simply, an influencer is much like a celebrity, but on a slightly smaller or more focused scale. So instead of being a famous person through the conventional media like the radio and TV and all that, influencers typically gain a lot of social media attention.
That's
all right. And they have amassed a large following on platforms like Instagram, YouTube, TikTok, Facebook. And because of that, it has given them a lot of power.
That's right.
So with just a single tweet, they can actually pull down a government. With just a single tweet, they can actually change the course of the way things are done. And these are people who have become influencers because they're able to reach millions of people and they're able to influence public opinion as a result of the status that they have built on social media.
Like fix the country.
Exactly.
It started with hashtag fix the country, and
so
just an explosion.
Exactly. So that tells you how powerful social media has become. So a lot of young people, some are even students, some are 18, 17, you go to their social media pages and you are like, how could they have amassed a large following like that? Some have 10 million followers. My brother, look at you and I. How many followers do we have?
We don't.
So the point I'm making is that social media has given rise to a new breed of celebrities who we call the influencers. And they are also in a way exerting a certain level of significance and impact in the society. So we are in Ghana here, but there are a lot of people we follow on social media we have never met or we may never meet, but we are constantly watching their short skits, we are constantly listening to them, we are following them, we are retweeting what they have done, and we are resharing and engaging and interaction. That is the power of social media.
Ironically, a lot of these people who we think don't have the right message for the world keep having the following. What's the secret? I don't want to
Yes.
digress, but
Yes,
you
and
look
no,
at
it's a
you.
very, very, very legitimate question.
I watch your videos. It's full of wisdom, full of
Yes.
knowledge. The
Yes.
views later. I mean,
Yes.
it's not anything to write home about.
That's right.
But
That's right.
these people have the numbers.
You know, so let me tell you. So what it is that controversy sells.
Okay.
Controversy sells. I'll give you a typical example. There was this young lady who I think was a UEFA match or one international football match who ran into the stadium essentially naked.
That's right. Yeah,
Just for
everybody.
a few seconds or minutes. Can you imagine after she did that and her name and her Instagram page came out or it was published, she was able to acquire over millions of new followers just in a matter of just minutes.
It's amazing.
By virtue of that, you know.
The Google search
controversy
was
sells.
on her.
Yes, exactly. She was trending. All right. So sometimes people use negative news to trend in order to amass a certain level of followership. But the point is that are you able to sustain it? Because when you get to that level, when people come and follow you and realize that you have nothing to offer them, they either unfollow you and then they do something else. That's one. And then two, I hear that now there's a lot of artificial intelligence that people can use to boost their followership.
That's right.
So sometimes you may have somebody having about 1 million followers, but the real actual people that view or that actually interact on the page, it's very minimal.
Yeah, another
You get
word
the
is
point.
robotic numbers.
Exactly. And they can be bought. If you pay, they can boost your page for you and do all those, metrics and all that to be able to lift you up to a certain level or a certain particular dimension. So I think that, like you rightly said, sometimes negative news sells. And that is why some of these celebrities keep acting negative news in order to get them to trend. So you hear that one celebrity will say that, oh, I am not feeling well, I am sick, and all of a sudden everybody's talking about it. Sometimes you hear some of them get into scandals. I hear that Kim Kardashian released a sex tape, and that was how she became famous. Okay, so a lot of them use negative news because negative news trends. People want to watch, people want to find out, people want to see. And by the time you realize you are trending, you are getting the numbers, and then that is all over the place. But always bear in mind that it is not just about the numbers, but also to a large extent about what it is you're able to do with the numbers. That's very important. And nowadays the brands would want to associate with influencers and celebrities that have a lot of following. So people are cashing out, people are making money out of social media as a result of the status they found themselves, as a result of them becoming influencers. But just to say something to encourage you and I and people like you and I who are doing very positive things, but unfortunately it appears that we are not getting the numbers and followership. We should always be driven by the impact.
That's
We
right.
should always be driven by the feedback we get from people. Somebody will send you a message and say, oh, Papa Lord, thank you for this interview. I gained a lot. I learned a lot. John, thank you very much for what you have done for me. Because of that, I am here or there or this or that.
Just
That should
sorry to
bring
cut
us-
in. Sorry
Yeah.
to cut in. Just this morning, a fellow journalist called, appreciating what we are doing here, and he has never commented on our stuff, like our stuff, but he was,
Exactly.
saying all the good things, the adulations, and
That's
all
right.
the kind
That's
words.
right.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. And that tells you that there are a lot of people who may not want to follow us, but they are watching, they are listening, they are being impacted, and they are enjoying what it is we are doing. So for those people who are so much worried about the numbers on social media, don't let that push you to, decide not to do the positive things you are doing. Keep
right.
doing it. Keep making the impact. At the right time, you will get the recompense for that.
Great. So how has social media impacted your life personally, and then A-League and Africa Chamber for Youth Development?
It is a powerful tool,
That's
absolutely a very powerful tool. And for some of the jobs that I had in my career, it was as a result of my engagement in social media.
Okay.
All right. And I keep telling people that don't take that for granted. And I'm happy COVID happened because COVID exposed us to another dimension and power of social media. So for organizations and businesses that were like, oh, as for us, we don't believe in social media, we'll do our conventional market storming, we'll do our activation through town and all that. When we were hit by COVID and everybody was restricted to his or her home, then people realized that there was power on social media. And that is how come today a lot of businesses are hooked onto social media. A lot of organizations and businesses are making a lot of money and spreading impact as a result of the power of social media. So personally, I have been greatly impacted by social media, and you follow me and you know that I don't take it for granted at all.
And I love your write-up. I mean, those who are not ready to learn will say, "Wadodo media me padia yes short," but I like it because I was just telling my producer this morning that copy and paste is sweeter than, I mean, playing with your ears.
That's right. Interesting.
That's right. And we go through, because I chanced on one of your write-up with a video, and you were talking about during the interview, the interviewees or those seeking for job or job seekers say all kinds of things. I'm good, I'm this, I can add this to the company, I'll bring this on board. When they're employed, they bring zero. And so I was just, enjoying that convo. I pray one day we'll meet you face to face so that you throw more light on this.
Great.
Please go ahead.
Yeah. So the social media factor cannot be denied. And there are times that people have watched, for example, some of my social media clips or write-ups, and they actually call me on mainstream radio or TV to have a conversation with me.
That's right.
So people are watching, people are listening. So I encourage a lot of young people, don't just ditch the concept of social media. Don't just go there and watch what is going on. Develop something for yourself. Do something for yourself. Use your platform to do something for yourself. Papa Lord, people know you for the encouragement you constantly give.
That's right.
And people are hooked onto your page. They may not like it, they may not comment, they may not respond, but I tell you, they are reading, they are absorbing it, and it is making a great
Interestingly, a lot of people will tell me I copy most of your posts and make it my own.
You see, they don't even give you the credit.
No, they don't like it. They don't give you the credit. They don't, comment. They just come pick it up. There is also a software that can generate how many people always visit your page. And sometimes it's around 1,000 plus, but you go and the likes are just 10 and comment are 10. So we shouldn't be discouraged. We should
at all.
So what are some of the advantages and disadvantages of being a celebrity or an influencer?
Great. So for me, the number one advantage that comes to you when you are an influencer or celebrity or somebody who's recognized in the society is the fact that you receive special treatment wherever you go.
That's right.
If you're in a queue going to buy wache, sometimes the wache seller sees you and signals you to come. And then
that's right. I like the wache aspect.
Sometimes you don't want to buy wele or something else, but they are giving it to you because they know you. They've seen you on TV. They've heard about you on Instagram. They've seen you on TV doing this and that. So it brings you special treatment wherever you go.
Okay.
You are given preferential treatment almost all the time. You are in a banking queue, and even the tellers don't want you to even queue. They tell their boss that, hey, do you know that Papa Law has come? Please call him into the office and let us come and serve him in the office.
That's
all
right.
those kinds of preferential treatment and recognition, it comes as a result of attaining a certain level of popularity and fame. All right. And these are the same people that are invited to all special events and special programs. So let's say a very significant person is celebrating a birthday, is having a birthday party, and you are invited. Not everybody will be invited, but you are invited because of that kind of level for which you have risen to. All right. So the number one advantage that comes when we talk about celebrities and influencers is the opportunity for you to receive special treatment and special recognition.
Okay.
The other thing too is that when you are famous, it positions you in a way to become rich. Okay. In other words, you have an advantage because you see, you get a lot of opportunities. You get people bringing you endorsement deals. You get brands trying to associate with you. Sometimes you get invited to speak at events and programs, and these are all paid for events and programs. I actually know of a very popular person who was invited all the way to Dubai to just come and watch a show free of charge.
Wow.
The person was given a free business class ticket, good accommodation, feeding, and even a stipend as well. So the person didn't spend a peso, but traveled in and out, all on the power of his influence in the society. So I think that the second advantage that comes is that it positions you well. That's why you need to be strategic in leveraging on your popularity to be able to do something with yourself, which is very important. Now, in terms of the disadvantages, obviously the one that comes is the fact that you have no more privacy when you become a celebrity or an influencer. You cannot.
When your privacy is invaded.
It is invaded all the time. People are struggling to come and see what it is you are doing. You can't just do the ordinary things that ordinary people do because people are watching you. People are tweeting about you. People are talking about you. So it puts a lot of stress and pressure on people that are in that level, and that gives a lot of mental issues. Sometimes it gives a lot of psychological impact, and sometimes makes it very difficult for people like that to keep their focus. Some of them are living crazy. They resort to drugs and other things just to have a certain level of stability and all that. But you see, it's a price you pay. Once you become famous and become very popular, you can no longer be the ordinary person because of the level.
There are certain places you can't eat. There are certain places you can't go.
go.
When you even go, they will come after you.
They will come after you, and you become even more viral because people see that, oh, look at Papa Law, he's not eating at this chopper. They take a picture of it, and then it is all over the place. You get home, and then maybe you didn't even want to let people know you've eaten, and people know you've eaten. So there is no privacy, whether you like it or not, whether it is true or not. Even the smallest detail about you and your family and even your personal life will be the talk of town. The second thing is that you should expect a crowd of people to rush and hound you for pictures and autographs and selfies and all that. Sometimes you are in the airport going for a flight and you see a celebrity pops up and people are rushing to go and take pictures. Even the air hostesses and people working on ground are even in a rush to leave to come and take a selfie with you and post on your pages to see that I met this or I met that. All right. So the paparazzi that comes around you sometimes can push you into things that you may not even want to do. And because of the fact that you are always in the limelight, it affects even the way some of these people dress. And honestly, Papa Law, if you study them, once they are out in the public, they have a certain fashion style. Sometimes it is queer.
So
That's how
weird.
they want to call it. So weird. But they don't want to be put on Instagram or put on Facebook with a picture showing that they are wearing a torn singlet or wearing a dirty shorts or dirty shirt. So they are very conscious about what they put out there. Their makeups, their hairstyle, their dressing appearance, and all those things comes into play. And that also can put a lot of stress on people that are not yet ready for celebrityhood. All right. The other thing too is that you get what we call stalkers following you all the time. People are just a pain in the neck. You get to the car park and they're already lying down just close to your car because they just want your attention. They are knocking on your door. You can't. So most of these people, when they're moving in town, it's tinted. You can't see them. Because the moment they roll down, people see them. I remember once at a traffic intersection around the airport, I saw one of these footballers, and he had rolled down. The moment he had rolled down, a lot of people, the hawkers, even people in cars were struggling to use their phones to take a picture and all that. And when the light was green, he just sped off. And just left, So you should.
It is. I think it's only Shatawale who is able to manage this.
He always has a stash of money he can throw into the crowd.
If you don't throw it, trouble. That's right.
So you get people we call stalkers who are tormenting you, who are following you, and if you are not lucky, they will come into your inbox, will be messaging you, contacting you, and at the end of the day, you may not have any peace of mind at all.
I think some time ago, the day you and the brother went through similar experience, and they have to run away. I remember.
Yeah, it happens all the time.
That's right.
And the other thing too is that the disadvantage sometimes is that you get unnecessary rumors because people will just want to strike up a conversation with your name in it. So what you have not even done, people will say you have done.
Sometimes the captions alone.
Exactly. And sometimes they are very unpleasant things people may say about you, practically because they also want to trend and they also want to be in the news. So you are always at the damaging side of the gossip because the rumors are not even true, to the extent that some people are even willing to say that, oh, this particular celebrity is dead. Meanwhile, the person is alive and kicking. And all the time we hear rumors like that, oh, this person has died, this person has passed. Or meanwhile, the person is healthy and strong, nothing has happened to that person.
Relationship rumors.
He's dating this person, he has a child with this person, and all that. And if you're not a strong person emotionally and psychologically, it can really hit you and affect you. All right. And then you should be ready for frequent travels. People that are always in the limelight are given invitations, like I said earlier on, to events and programs and all that. So if you are somebody who's not interested in traveling or leaving your comfort zone, you just cannot do that, because you should be willing to leave your comfort zone in order to keep up appearances and in order to sustain what it is that you have started. And you know what? There's also the issue of trust. Because you are popular and powerful and rich and wealthy, the people around you may not necessarily be people that genuinely like you, but they are there because they know what they can get from you. So the moment you fall from the celebrity status, everybody deserts you. And we have seen it in this country countless number of times. You are a particular politician and you are in power, you are a sitting MP, everybody is praising you and adoring you.
Power is not transient.
I'm telling you, they are knocking at your doors. The moment you lose your seat, the moment you move from government, nobody even remembers you. You move around and nobody even looks at you twice. So most celebrities have trust issues. They are always watching over their neck because they don't know who is truly for them and who's not truly for them. And the last thing I'll talk about is that, you see, you can't just make a mistake and just go scot-free. It will come back to haunt you. We know of a very popular broadcast journalist who made a mistake by tweeting something which appeared to be false, and eventually the person lost their job. You can't even joke on social media again. You can't even do anything like the ordinary person may do and go scot-free. The moment it is you, it's a big issue, and they will come after you. So these are some of the advantages that may come to you, or these are things you should be prepared for if you are willing and ready to enter into the realms of being a celebrity or an influencer.
Is these excesses manageable? The disadvantage, can it be managed?
Yes, it can be managed. First of all, by identifying that these are things that will come, so you should be ready for it.
Okay.
So a lot of these people have very strong psychological and emotional strength. They are able to endure a lot of bashing. Sometimes for a genuine mistake, you may be bashed the whole day. You may be
a whole president.
Something.
Supposedly, your father is the president from morning to daybreak. Insult upon insult and all that, but sometimes I ask, how are they able to handle? I mean, I know they have this mental toughness, but the family, the immediate family especially, I mean, the insult.
So if you watch it, a lot of them keep their family from the media.
That's right. That's true.
So you may never know who his wife is, who her husband is, who their children are. They do a lot to protect them, because at the end of the day, those are the people that matter to them. But as for them in particular, they are strong, they are emotionally stable, and they can endure a lot of things. So these things can be managed when you build your emotional strength and your psychological strength, and that you should be ready for some of these things. We have heard a lot of these celebrities make blunders and recover and even do better than they did before, because they are emotionally strong and balanced, and they can endure a lot of things. So I think that one of the ways you can do, or what you can do to manage some of these excesses, is to build yourself, to build your capacity, mental capacity, your intellectual rigor, your emotional stability. All these things are important and will help you to be able to endure some of the excesses and the negatives that comes as a result of being popular or famous.
Becoming a celebrity, is it luck or talent?
This is a very interesting question, my brother. Right. But this is how I want to approach it. I think it's a combination of all these things. And I'll explain to you. I think that the number one important thing is the talent part. You need to have that talent. You need to have that skill. You need to have that particular thing that sets you apart. All right. But again, if you use talent as a common denominator, a lot of people are talented. So how come some are famous and some are not famous? In fact, sometimes if you go through Facebook, you see certain pages and the things people are saying. Sometimes I remember some time ago, somebody sent me a message and said, John, I think that you should be on this platform. You should be the person talking on this platform, not this other person who I've heard over and over and over again. Right. And it's like a broken record. And I'm like, well, that's where the luck comes in. Honestly, that's where the luck comes in. Look, they are talented footballers playing gutter to gutter here in Ghana. But there are also people who are playing abroad in Chelsea, in all those big international teams, and they may not be necessarily too exceptional. So what makes the difference between them and those people in Ghana playing socks ball and balloon ball and Kids 5 and all that here? It is the matter of luck.
Okay. So talent plus luck.
Talent plus luck.
You interface the two.
We'll call it grace or favor. All these things are important. And then, of course, hard work, a lot of hard work and sacrifice. You cannot do away with hard work and sacrifice, because you see, the moment you are lifted to the limelight, you need to keep working hard to sustain yourself there, and you need to be able to keep producing a certain level of excellence. You can't sing one song and it makes a hit and the other songs are not hits. You get the point.
Always, so you have pressure to meet standard.
Exactly. You have to work hard all the time. So it's a combination of talent, a combination of luck or grace, and a combination of hard work and sacrifice. That is what makes someone stay at the top.
Can all of us become celebrities? And should all of us become celebrities?
I've said it over again. Sometimes your questions will get me into trouble, but let me try and answer it this way. Can all of us become celebrities? Yes, we all have the potential and what it takes to be celebrities. But should all of us become celebrities? Honestly, not all of us are ready for the price to pay in order to become a celebrity. And as a result of that, not all of us will become celebrities because we are not ready to give up our privacy. We are not ready to put our family in the spotlight. We are not ready to be put in the center stage all the time. Some people will prefer to live an ordinary, cool, calm life. They can go to work and come back without anybody stopping them and talking to them and taking pictures with them and all that. They can go to the local base and eat wachi and get up, wash their hands and go without people sneaking to take pictures and put on Instagram and Twitter. So it is about you being ready to pay the price. If you weigh yourself and assess yourself and you think that you're not ready for all the excesses that comes with becoming popular or famous, then that is about it. But what I would say maybe in conclusion is that you need to be prepared to make impact in this life, whether or not you are recognizable or not, whether or not you get a lot of accolades or not, whether you are given that kind of prestige and that kind of extra attention and all that. That shouldn't be your driving force. Yours is to be able to become an expert or the best at whatever it is that you do. It is just a matter of time. You will automatically get to that point where you gain that recognition and you get all the accolades and the praises that comes with it. So don't look at becoming a celebrity. Look at finding something that you can do and do very well and continue to improve that thing. Continue to improve your skills and your competencies in that area. And with time, without you even knowing, you will essentially get to the point where you will be known as a celebrity, an influencer, a famous person, or a very popular person.
Finally, what should I do to become a celebrity?
The first thing I'll talk about is you should identify what it is about you that makes you unique or different.
Okay.
What gift do you have? What talent do you have?
Okay.
What job are you doing? What work are you doing? If you are able to identify that particular thing, the second thing is that you work consistently and constantly at improving what it is that you are doing. So sometimes you may not be a celebrity for everybody in the world, but in a particular organization, you may be a superstar there.
Okay.
Because what you do it very well, and you are able to get the impact and you're able to make the difference. So no matter the cycle you find yourself in, sometimes people are celebrities in their family, they are celebrities in the society, they are celebrities in their workplaces, they are celebrities in a particular industry. The point for me is that whatever you find yourself doing, keep doing it, keep working very hard, keep improving yourself, and in a matter of time, you will get to that level of recognition and you'll be celebrated everywhere you go.
Your Excellency, your final words.
I would want to say that, those people that are already out there as influencers and as popular people and famous people, they shouldn't just think about what will come to them or what they can gain, but they should also think about what they can do to positively influence society. So I will encourage most of them to take up certain courses in the society that will make the society a better place. I will encourage them, now that they have the influence and they have the affluence, they should put their mouth, so to say, in matters of national development. They shouldn't hide in their own corner and just be promoting their music and their entertainment and their soccer and all that. They should also be concerned about what is happening in the country, and there should be a voice out there. They should speak for the voiceless, because when they speak, people listen. When they tweet, people look at it.
That's right.
So they should use that tool as positive tools to impact society and to make society better. And for those that are struggling on the ground, trying very hard to rise to prominence, don't give up on your dream. Keep pushing, keep working very hard. It's just a matter of just a little exposure, and by the time you realize, you are already at the top.
Your education on this platform has always pushed some of us to learn, relearn, and unlearn. We are so grateful.
Always welcome.
Thank you, sir. Talk to you soon. God bless.
All right. Bye.
That was Mr. John Appiah, the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. What a fantastic man. I mean, an amazing delivery. We are so blessed and we are educated. Mpɔtam Morning Show with Papa Law Perfect. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. I want you to stick and stay right here. Hit the share button. We are going for sports in no time. Stick and stay right here.
Destiny, I have waited patiently. quickly. I have vision, oh I believe. I know I can count on me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up. Here we go, it's getting close. Now it's just who wants it most. It's just life, that's how it is. 'Cause we have our strengths and weaknesses. Oh, I have vision, oh, can't you see? I'm on the move, make way for me. So stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up, stand up, stand up for the champions, for the champions. Stand up for the champions, for the...
All right, stand up for the champion. The man is here. He's the champion of champions. And last Saturday, Manchester was blue, not red. We were able to dismantle the disunited man. Disunited. He's here. Professor Akwaba. Yeah.
Interesting.
Boho, what's happening in the world of sports?
It's fully packed now. The season is getting to close now.
Okay.
Left with only a match. Yes, left with only just one match.
That's
for,
right.
The entire season to finish. So,
That's the Ghana local league.
Ghana local league is left with only one match.
Okay.
And Europe is left with only Champions League.
And chances are that House of Folk will escape the relegation.
Relegation is slim margin.
They will do everything.
Everything is slim margin, but football,
including what you are thinking. I mean.
Yes.
This is Ghana.
With football, you can't predict. Everything is
It's possible.
In Ghana,
Yeah.
everything is possible.
That's
as well.
right. That's
yes,
right.
Now part of the world.
But I also believe that tactically in football, you have to. I mean, practice. You have how do you call it? You have to train and play according to.
These days, it's more. I don't believe in doing football.
Yeah.
It's more.
That's where I'm coming.
Tactical.
Israel is at the semi-finals not because of prayer.
Prayers.
It's not the Bible.
Hard work, dedication, and determination. That is where they are now.
I have always been saying that if you pray, you want to tell us that Brazil don't pray, so God should be biased
They are even more
and put the
religious.
That's it.
They are more religious than us. Catholics.
Yeah.
More everywhere in Brazil. Yes, Papa. Interestingly, there is some interesting news. Yesterday,
That's right.
Leicester City released 7 players.
Amate is part.
Yes, Amate is part has been given the axe.
I know you said I know I finished. We're being a
Amate has been
Korea
given
for
the
the share. We're being a room.
It's actually going to, but reports is also saying that it might be playing his trade in Turkey.
Okay.
So negotiation after this is exclusive. Yes, no. Where
Turkey teams are also not bad. I mean,
yes, they are not bad, but sometimes they have
Galatasaray and the likes.
Istanbul, Başakşehir, Kayseri, a lot of them. They are very, very solid team. They used to dominate the Champions League some time ago, but you know, football it's
changes. It's dynamic.
Yes. Baba, still on a Ghanaian player. Let's do Asamoah. Asamoah is still in the news. Yesterday he came out to make some comments that he's the only Ghanaian player who has really. He is the only Ghanaian player who has sacrificed most for the Black Stars. Asamoah, yes.
With all the insult and all
that. He has really sacrificed a lot.
And his mother warned him, has he forgotten, not to play for the Black Star, and he still went to play.
Exactly. He says because he loved Ghana more than the mother, I guess.
Wow.
There is no player in history of the Black Star that has sacrificed for the team more than me. I love the team, and anytime I earn a call up to the Black Stars, I have to do everything to ensure I contribute my quota to the team.
Now go in so saying
and also can football no cover. And you even feed that. But
me see you even feed that. The day you are going to save you. But his own was score and let's move.
Yes, Baba, and the work of the day you are.
That's right.
Also is in the news.
He has been released.
Yes,
Nottingham
Forest. He has been released.
So he's clubless now.
Probably he might be going back to the Middle East, UAE, to find his trade because the age and look at the tempo of his game
that's
now.
right.
That plays.
He used to be very fast, but now he's so sluggish.
The age factor, a lot is happening. So
he's done his best.
Yes, he was in the news yesterday that he might
at least lifting the World Cup 20 under 20 for us. Nobody can erase it.
He has achieved what the father couldn't do. So I think he's on the pinnacle of Ghana football.
That's right.
Now, so
that's right.
Exactly. And the brother is also in the news. Ghanaians are calling, telling him that he doesn't deserve the national team collar because he's the he's leading the goal scoring chart with only 3 goals. Our best striker in Europe is only leading with 3 goals. And yesterday, Gyakye Williams pulled out from the Black Stars.
And I've seen a new guy.
Yes. He pulled out from the Black Stars. And he tweeted this. He said, since few weeks I have been playing with pain in my right knee. I decided to play until the end of the season. But after having spoken to the medical service, we have decided to stop and solve the problem to be 100% for the preseason. This wasn't an easy decision to make because I wouldn't be able to be with my national team Ghana in the next meeting. I want to say that I'm fully committed and I will come back with the Black Stars if coach deems it appropriate in the next call-up. So I think he was suffering from an injury problem.
At least he's been scoring few goals.
When he went to Europe, he's been. So people were questioning probably the tactics and the boys are not playing to the strength. As someone actually make that comment that is that like the Haaland, you give the ball to run with the ball. But he's not giving fed with the game. So I think that was one of the key issues.
That guy has the speed.
And yes, they've called a new
I'm told he's played once for us,
but he's born in Germany. Yes, he's born in.
But he's not a known face.
Yes, it's just doing even the World Cup he was, but he couldn't feature.
You look like people are saying you look like Mount or something.
Yes, his mouth. His face looks very nice, guy. And so we are hoping that, but people they're still on social media everywhere that how come after Inaki's pull out from the Black Stars, we could have given the Ghanaian goal scorer,
who scored over more than
who's having 18 goals in 30 matches.
Amazing. The opportunity at least.
But they are considering the factors of his age and a lot of things. But at least it's a national kick. Everybody deserves a part of or a share of it. So you should have given him the chance. The chance to just explore and
now the Black Stars have turned to black-white. The white are becoming more.
Interestingly, that is the other side. From there, and still in the Ghana news yesterday, Sanidara, former GFA communication director, was in the news that I made this comment that football administration is not easy. Sitting back,
I also Gyakye
sitting back after you can criticize anyhow, but given the job, you wouldn't have any idea of.
But you don't expect a board member to take decisions. It's not in the deciding.
That is how our people see football. You know, I don't know. They say Songo can criticize people.
Songo,
yes, it's part of the Kotoko management, and not Kotoko is not performing well, and they are blaming Songo for it. So I just wonder what role.
Just a board member.
Yes, and even in the aspect of marketing aspect of the team, so it doesn't really have technicalities and can't recommend any players to leave the club. So where this is coming from, maybe senior Sanidara can come out and give that comment.
It doesn't make sense.
Papa, let's go to Europe and do some interesting ones coming from the European scene. Yesterday, Karim Benzema officially will be going to Etihad in Saudi Arabia. Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. That's another great thing.
And
they are doing well.
This is the package involved. We'll be earning 200 million euros per year. Wow. Yes, 200 with commercials.
So it's broken Ronaldo's own.
With other commercials and benefits included in the numbers. So we are looking at huge numbers. Karim Benzema today we'll have a press conference and say official goodbye to the Real Madrid, and we'll just go and play in there. Yesterday, still in Saudi Arabia, Lionel Messi, Lionel Messi is in the news. Yesterday, the father traveled to Barcelona. They are having a negotiation of coming back to Barcelona, but the Qatari, the Saudi Arabian team, travel all the way. And this particular team in question, Al Hilal, is the arch rivals of Ronaldo. Al Nassr. And they
are we still going to see them play a game?
They travel all the way to actually have a conversation, promises all over, almost 1.5 billion Yes, for Messi. But
this man is.
what the question is, yesterday late in the evening, around 7-8 o'clock in the evening, the wife Messi Anthony, yes, came out and posted a picture of Messi in Barcelona. They said that Andrew, we beg you come home. That also sparked some controversies, and it's all over. I think today it will take almost 50% of the media will be all over there. Well, it was interesting how the wife won them because already they've enrolled the
If I'm looking at it from two angles, if he wants to go and say a final goodbye to his childhood club, that's fine.
That is it.
At his age, he should just go and make the money at Saudi Arabia. That's my thought.
A lot in PSG.
Yeah. Okay.
But that's the question. He said they should. I think yesterday another report said that he called the father. The father is the agent, so he called and a lawyer. So now he doesn't hold any tie with any agency.
That's right.
Yes, only the father. He called that's the George Messi. That's the name. He called the father that they should hold on any discussion with the Saudi Arabia and focus with Barcelona. Maybe just a year at Barcelona, then the rest he will just go out. Because he wants to still be in a competitive football. Because he wants to win the Copa America with Argentina. Yes, he still wants to contribute to the national team. I want to meet Maradona's record before he can retire. But it's still possible since they were able to win the World Cup.
But I don't see him doing more, adding more to. He's done. He's done. The World Cup. After the World Cup, that's one of his childhood dream.
Yes, Papa. Still, Madrid is still in the news looking for a new striker after Karim Benzema's departure. And
they always, why do they Florentino like already made strikers? Why?
What happened is, I think this whole decision, Karim Benzema's leaving wasn't really planned. From another school of thought, it was after Manchester City's lost that they had to restructure the whole plan again. Because they. Florentino had that notion that you don't change a winning team. Yes, and they've been consistent for almost five years consistently. Yeah. So after the Manchester City, he felt an hierarchy has come to an end.
That's right.
So they need to read. The man is very
strategic,
and had to just change the face of the game. Had to let go.
Even when Ronaldo left, there was no vacuum.
Exactly. You couldn't.
Benzema,
bam. Instantly just exploited somewhere. So
he was in the shadows of
Ronaldo.
So
looking at how things stands now, they said the attention is the focus will be on Harry Kane. Yes, Harry Kane to go there to just play because he's been in Tottenham all his life, not won any major trophy. Kyle Walker for Manchester City left there and has won 36 years. He left Tottenham, won 13 trophies, major trophies, and you are still there for Tottenham. You score all the goals, but what shows for your distance? So, and that is the question that now attention, because yesterday Danny Carvajal was in the news that he was making a comment that Harry Kane is a very great striker. If they get into their team, it's a very great addition. But he still holds ties with Tottenham, so they won't comment. So they are hoping that Harry Kane still will be. And Kai Havertz from Chelsea is also in the news. Also an attention for Real Madrid. Maybe they might be poaching that player, but it's not fully confirmed. Still, there are conversations around him. Chelsea has given him two options. It's either they sell him or he looks for a club. Yes, they are doing a massive playout. Koulibaly might be leaving Chelsea. Mendy might be leaving Chelsea.
That's right.
A lot of them, almost 8 players might be leaving Chelsea.
They should go.
Yes, the Chalobahs, Mason Mount is already
long overdue.
having discussion with Manchester United. So a lot of them might be leaving because they look at things from different angles. That they need to clear a lot of jobs away so they can.
Pochettino is
it's really
up to
Pochettino. We are looking at how Chelsea will go about things.
That's right.
Papa, and Vicente Kompany's side, Burnley.
They've qualified into the Premier
League, and the season is starting in August. English Premier League. A lot of the clubs will be starting in August. But they have started pre-season. Yesterday,
they mean business.
Yes, yesterday. It's surprisingly because
they are into surprise.
But the thing is, championship finished I think 2-3 weeks ago. So they had enough rest, almost a month rest now, and they've started resume pre-season. Although it's now looking at some teams like Manchester City United, they are now going to start their vacation. They'll give them a month, mostly 6 weeks off. Then they will come back, start a pre-season. Then
so by the time these guys come, they already
I think he wants to stay in the league.
That's right.
He just don't want to go back on. So he wants to prepare.
That's a good initiative.
Ahead of time.
Yeah.
Yes. And he learned a lot from Pep Guardiola. He's really.
That's the boss.
Learned a lot from Pep Guardiola. Like it's interesting how people were still. And Manchester United, Papa, is still in the news. Wow. Manchester disunited, as you see, they are still in the news. They might be clearing some weeds from the club.
Yeah.
And the year might be given the sack after his abysmal performance this particular season and the previous season. And Anthony Martial.
And some unpardonable mistakes.
Petty mistakes as a keeper of your standard. He might be going back to Spain. That is the news. And Anthony Martial might also be leaving Manchester United. A lot of them. Maguire. Tottenham have shown interest, but fully not concrete. Because Manchester United had to give him a compensation of £10 million to sack him.
Wow.
Yes.
It's a lot of money.
Yeah, a lot of money. Sacking a player, need to give him that compensation, you know. It's interesting. And still with
some players who love money will always say, sack me, let me get the money.
Yes. But it goes a long way to affect you.
Yeah.
When you go,
your CV.
Your CV is not looking interesting, and your price tag also drop automatically. That is how football is now. At first, we used to think, you can be at the bench and take money, but it has a lot involved.
That's why everybody want to play.
Yes.
So on the bench, they have wicked thought.
Yes.
Break your leg and let me take your position.
Exactly. Al Hilal and Al Shabab has also approached Aubameyang from Chelsea. He's one of the players that will be leaving Chelsea. Yes. They've approached
that
Chelsea.
guy leaving us now was
the bad one going to Barcelona, coming back. And looking at how things stand now, the Saudi Arabians are really fully packing their league.
So Ronaldo is gradually becoming a prophet.
Yes.
No, he said very soon.
It's true. You know how this Middle East initially this thing was with China. At a point in time, Chinese people started buying players, but it was about sustainability.
Yeah.
And they had a 10-year plan that by the 10 years they should be qualifying for the World Cup.
Wow.
And their national team should be getting enough good players that can support this boy. So it couldn't work, couldn't materialize. And they thought they were losing money. Economically, was affecting them. Yes, they had a lot of issue.
But
and now,
the
Saudis has really taken over from the Chinese, and now they are doing the major signings. And looking at how things stand now, they also have a plan.
Okay.
Yeah, they have a plan.
Wow.
And looking at how, they want their national team, because when you see these great players, it influences your play.
Yeah.
Yes, and it helps in contributing. So they're looking at how things are going. They might
Ronaldo in Al Nassr has encouraged the guys.
A lot of them, and a lot think that the league is really not. That Ronaldo couldn't even prove any point there. Yes, that should tell you.
It's tough.
Yes, and people are contributing that to the age factor. That because of his age, if Ronaldo was to be there in his heydays, it would have been a different game altogether. Right. But playing around some players can also determine.
It's also another thing.
Yes, Vinicius Junior is also in the news again.
That's right.
He won the South American Best Player of the Year.
Wow.
Yes, so I win the South American Player of the Year. That's 2022. I always want to be my best. That is from Vinicius. I want to be my best version, and it's important for me to keep working hard and develop. Always to be at my best with other players. Yeah, so that is and with Vinicius after the racism challenge.
That's right.
Spain and Brazil will be having a friendly match.
Okay.
Yes, it's they have a name for that friendly match. Said to play a friendly match to fight against racism.
Okay.
Yes, that is March 2024.
Okay,
so
that's
next
great.
year that will be happening. Yeah, the motto of the new game is the same skin.
Okay.
Yeah, the same skin. The motto is
forget about the pigment.
Exactly, it's the same skin. So it will be interesting videos will be coming out soon, and how we are going to go about things will be coming very, very soon. But interesting, there are a lot of news. They've now ranked the most, or let's say the most expensive clubs in the world.
Okay.
The 10 most expensive clubs in the world. And this is how it follows. Real Madrid leading the
always.
The worth of the club is $6.07 billion.
Hey.
Yes, $6.7 billion. Yes, and second is Manchester United.
Okay.
Yes, they look at your trophy cabinet.
Okay.
The players you have, the players you've purchased.
Okay.
The amount it's worth. Yes, and your image rights, how jersey sales and a lot of them. They are second. That is 6 million. The amount is $6 million. Yes, and third is Barcelona. That is $5.51 billion. Yes, And Liverpool on there in the 4th position with 5.29 million dollars, all quoted in dollars because it was done with the Forbes from the US. And Manchester City in there on the 5th position, 4.9 billion. And Bayern also in there with 4.686. Yes, and PSG also in there on the 7th position, as well as Chelsea. They've now dropped. Looking at how things are going in there, their image is not attractive, and an investor won't pay that much. That's how they look at things. So they are 3.1 billion. Yes, and Tottenham 2.8. Tottenham own is mainly solely based on their stadium, their new infrastructure. They have one of the best infrastructure in Europe, especially. So that is one key thing. And Arsenal, 10th position, they are 2.6 billion. They are still fighting in there, and it's interesting how things are going with the Arsenal. Yes, Arsenal also in the news. They might be doing a heavy cloud, and people are suspecting Thomas Partey might be giving the axe. But he has been one of their key players last season and this season. But we are hoping to see Mikel Arteta. They are asking Mikel Arteta to do marquee signings to pair with the boys, the young boys, complement it, so they can have a very fair idea. There was videos circulating on social media that across the folk, sporting director, that is Mr. Akambi and Mr. Odote, were being chased after their game. You could see them running to their cars. The fans were
the poor outing is too much.
It's bad. And
their performance is abysmal. This particular season, I don't see a crowd of focus.
And they were in the news that if these two people are sacked in the club, the club might still find it glory days.
It will blossom.
Yes, and people are saying that the thing is based on the players, not the management. It's a two quotes here. We just have to look at it all. But there's an interesting one also. Paul Pogba returned home yesterday.
Oh wow!
Yes, finally Paul Pogba has
another fantastic
visit Guinea. Yes,
that's right.
Visit the family. He has his extended family in there as well. And the brothers issue is still on there.
Wow.
Yes, now they are not really at a good terms. Yes. After the brothers blackmailing and all that issues come up,
it messed up his career.
And this young chap went on a lengthy injury, like 8 months. Came back. The first match he went on injury again. Yes, so a lot. Life. Yes, a lot. Now Pogba is not really the Pogba Juventus we used to know, and that is football. Just a tweet can just change everything for you. So these footballers sometimes they go through a lot. They go through a lot. Papa, this is a lot. Fully packed, fully packed, interesting news. And there are still some transfer speculation in the news. Yes, as much Barcelona wants Lionel Messi. Manchester City also looking at getting Kovacic next season, coming in next season.
That is great.
Yes, and Brighton is clearing a lot of chaff. That is their philosophy now. They buy the young players from unknown leagues, groom them, push them out, make the money.
But they actually played well
yes.
in the last ended league.
And now they are the most interesting team in the league.
I'm telling you.
And they have the young players,
that's
good,
right.
strong young players that they might be going yet. McAllister from there, Brighton will be playing the trade, obviously, for Liverpool coming next season. Liverpool is also in the news because they are sacking at least not more than 7 players now.
They are old age.
Yes, age is the factor. So Johan Club is also in there looking at how things when they've signed the scout out there. Probably Mohamed Kudus might be going to Liverpool. It's officially not confirmed, but last season they had a very few thoughts about him that they can be going in for him as well. So that is some interesting news. So this is the news for today's sports news.
All right.
Weaknesses.
Thank you so much. Eric Mess, the professor of sports. I enjoyed the sports segment. So let's go for a quick break. Mpɔtam morning show with Papa Law Perfect. 20 minutes on top of the hour, 8 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papa Law Radio. We're streaming live on www.mortingghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Go ahead and hit the share button, share the broadcast, share it on your page, on your timeline, send the link to your friends. I'm going for a break. I'll be right back.
Yo, Kofi, oh my, ya woman, oh mani, ya mama, Geni baby, ako, wacha, ya wareni, one some, Asa Dipa Wofio, Yamo Yambera, Ebe ya Ifina. Amaya Umano, Amaya Mamana, Adiwaya Nora, Yamitata, Yamana Renya. Onso Wanipa, Sawaya Wanabe, Yamo Yambera, Ebe ya Ifina. Onso Wanipa, Asa Dipa Wofio, Yamo Yambera, Can you bring the wafa? Simpower ways now winya. Yamishira, Mamani Paya the Foa, and Yanum. Yafanya Mistroya, Jumana, Yami Besrayan, O'Brien Boya, Amoya Murae, Abeya, Efianara, Amabaya, Efianara, Janoma Popo, Asitrebaya.
Man be ye feminu mienura, ye moye bra ye, no mind be ye fie mienura. Ye AKUFO-ADDO, we are going on the phone to speak with Dr. Mpɔtam Leslie of Standards Clinic. We are going on the phone to speak with him. He's going to educate us on hepatitis. Today we are treating acute hepatitis. We have two kinds of them. I'm not doing the work of the doctor, and he will explain to us why we have two kinds of hepatitis: the acute hepatitis and then the chronic hepatitis. Doc, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
Hello.
Doc, good morning. How are you doing?
I'm fine, and you?
I'm blessed. Oh, the Lord is faithful. How's the family and your patients?
Everybody is fine.
As we always do, can you tell us about the home care?
Hello?
Doc, can you tell us about the home care?
Oh, the Heal the World Home Care.
Heal the World Home Care Service.
Okay, it's a service that we do. We visit our patients at home and we see to them that they are fine. Actually, some patients, they don't usually come to the hospital when they are sick. So we've taken it upon ourselves to go into various homes to attend to the patients ourselves.
Okay. All right, so Heal the World Home Care Service. Your health is a priority. Are your schedules so tight that you cannot visit the clinic, or you have aged family or friend who can't visit the clinic? Worry not, you can have your medical care at the comfort of your home and at convenient time. Call this number 055-404-1686, 055-404-1686, or 020-264-3942, 264-3942. Contact us. I'll be at your service. It's affordable. Doc, good morning once again.
Good morning, boss.
Our topic for the day is hepatitis, a general or a broad topic. But I would like us, like you rightly said, we have two kinds. So tell us the two kinds, and then we center more, or we take your education on the acute hepatitis.
Okay,
Yes,
we have acute hepatitis and chronic hepatitis.
Okay.
Now, when we talk about chronic hepatitis, no, let me start with acute. Acute hepatitis is a disease condition that has been with you for less than 6 months. For less than 6 months, it's acute. And for more than 6 months, it's chronic.
Okay.
You get it?
Okay.
Yes, so that's the difference.
All right. So I would like us to focus on the acute one, and then tomorrow next we discuss the other one, the chronic one.
Okay.
So what is hepatitis?
Hepatitis.
Yes,
Hepatitis
sir.
is defined as inflammation of the liver,
Okay.
and this has many causes. And it may present as an acute illness with mostly jaundice and altered liver function test.
Okay.
So you see a patient who is jaundiced, and after you do the liver function test, it starts to be there will be a problem with the liver function test. So
Doc, briefly, can you tell us about jaundice briefly? Because
the
your
yellowish coloration of the skin.
okay.
The yellowish coloration of the skin is called jaundice.
So anybody who has, if I get you, anybody who has jaundice, automatically you have issue with your liver, right?
Your liver, yes, yes. So jaundice plus an altered liver function test can give hepatitis.
Okay.
So this one, I don't know whether it's a mass equation.
That's right.
It's called jaundice plus
That's
altered
right.
liver function test. So that is hepatitis for you.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So what are the causes of hepatitis?
Okay, there are various causes of hepatitis, but the most predominant ones, we have the virus. Virus, we have the hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D,
Okay.
and hepatitis E. These are viruses that cause hepatitis. We have yellow fever too causing hepatitis as a virus. Now, another factor is drugs. Some drugs that we take in can give us hepatitis.
Wow.
So we have the allopathic drugs, we have the herbal preparation.
Okay.
So it's not all herbal preparation we are supposed to take. Yes, so drugs too can give hepatitis. We have alcohol abuse. So if you abuse alcohol, you take in alcohol, it can give you hepatitis. We have autoimmunity. There are some people whose body cells fight against itself. So say the body cells never fight against itself. So by so doing, the body cells fight the liver, and it gives hepatitis. So these are basically the causes of hepatitis.
Wow. And so if I take in more alcohol, I can have hepatitis, right?
Yes, you have a risk of getting hepatitis.
Okay. So if anybody has hepatitis, it takes the laboratory investigations to determine whether you have A, B, C, D, and E, right?
Yes.
All right. So what are some of the symptoms and signs of hepatitis?
Okay. We have this right hypochondriac pain. Let me put it this way. The right side, beneath the chest, you feel some pains there.
Okay.
You get it. So let me put it this way. Beneath the right breast, you feel some pains there. So that's how we medically take it as right hypochondriac pain. Now there is fever.
I'm already doing it here.
Okay. So there is fever, and fever occurs 1 to 4 weeks before the jaundice appears.
Okay.
So normally people with hepatitis have this fever, which appears 1 to 4 weeks before there is jaundice, the onset of the jaundice. Now there is this anorexia, there is nausea, there is vomiting. We have yellow or dark colored urine. Yellow or dark colored urine. And some also present with pale stools. Pale stools, yes. Then we have itching. Itching. Then easy fatigability. If you do small work, you're tired. Then there's also confusion. Yes, the patient will be confused. Now, some of the signs, you have the jaundice, as I said, and hepatomegaly. When we talk about hepatomegaly, this one is a medical term.
I'm telling you.
When you examine the patient, you see that the liver has been enlarged. Yes. So that is hepatomegaly. That's it. So these are the signs and symptoms of hepatitis.
So, Doc, when you look at the, I'm trying to borrow your biological terms. Your right ventricle and then your left ventricle. Down your ribs. Somebody says she has been experiencing incessant and intermittent itches around that region. And she can scratch to a point where she could see blood coming and all that. Is that also one of the signs?
No, you see, itchiness, we have various things that causes itchiness. It could be a whole lot of things, like scabies, it could be a whole lot. So with that, you have to go to the hospital for examination and evaluation and treatment.
Okay, that's fine. I think it makes sense. Some of our people are already sending in their questions. But for now, let's talk about the symptoms. We've discussed the symptoms. So lab investigation, how do we go about it? What are some of the lab tests that will be requested for someone who is having hepatitis?
All right, we can do liver function test, as I said. So you do the liver function test to test the liver, how it is working. Then we do the full blood count. So we take your blood and look at the whole thing. If there's any abnormality with it. Then we have the hepatitis screen. Hepatitis screen. So as I said, the causes, we have various viruses causing this hepatitis. So whether it's hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, hepatitis D, or hepatitis E. So we have to run the hepatitis screen to know the type of virus which is causing your hepatitis, then we treat. Then we can also do an abdominal ultrasound scan to look at the liver. So these are, I think, the investigations that we can do. So,
Doc, to a lay person, when you say A up to E are some of the types of hepatitis, are you using these alphabets for you say sake, or there's a reason?
Yes, there's a reason why we have hepatitis A, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and hepatitis D and G. We are going to take them one after the other.
That's right.
They are broad topics, so we take them one after the other. Then we will discuss. So don't worry, we'll get to that.
All right. So let's look at hepatitis as a sickness or disease. Can it be managed? Is it manageable? And if yes, how can we manage them?
Hepatitis, the management of hepatitis. Now, when you are diagnosed of hepatitis, you don't have to worry. It can be managed. So, what I would tell you is to have enough rest. The patient should have enough rest. Now, the patient should take in high-calorie fluids. So, these fluids are, especially glucose drinks, fruit juice, this cocoa, rice water, mashed kinky. You get it. So the food that you eat should contain high calorie. You get it. Now the patient has to avoid alcohol. The patient has to also try as much as
I don't know more inside the nice or more.
I know the man and Crawford Trono.
That's right.
That is it. That is it. You get it. So, and you have to also avoid these hepatogenic drugs such as paracetamol and high doses of certain drugs. So let me take paracetamol on its own. So it's not good for the liver.
Okay.
So if you are diagnosed of hepatitis, you try as much as possible and you stay away from it. And
now, doctor, mitie na is a mean to me no para.
There be also doctor na yeshema. So we don't know. You have to have this prevention of transmission to partners, because there are some of the hepatitis, like hepatitis B, it can be transmitted through sex. So you have to prevent the transmission to partners.
Okay.
So by practicing protected, let me say protected sex, let's put it that way. Not sharing toothbrushes and showers, needles and other things with people. You get it. Also, you have to avoid this body piercings, tattoos, and all those stuff. You get it. All right. So I think these are the non-pharmacological management. With the pharmacological, you have to see your doctor for treatment.
Okay. So, Doc, let's tackle the types of hepatitis, the A, B, C, D, and E. So let's touch on the A.
Okay, it's a broad topic that I'm going to treat in the course of the week.
Okay,
so
okay.
Don't worry.
So okay, then
so you're going to treat hepatitis A, you're going to treat hepatitis B, you're going to treat hepatitis C,
D, and D. Okay,
yes.
All right. Okay, so then your final words, and then your advice to these patients who are already hepatitis patient.
Okay, what I will say is, if you are diagnosed of hepatitis, you have to relax. You are not dying. If you are able to take your drugs and observe the non-pharmacological management, you are going to live long.
Doc, yes, you are moving. Doc, yes, doctor for you moving for too much. Into the beams or more.
It's a you are not dying now.
A home care now and grow for any jihon.
You are not dying now.
That's
so right. Some of these you have to abstain from the drug that I said, the herbal preparation, the paracetamol, alcohol. Then you have to just indulge in protected sex. Everything will be fine. So if you get hepatitis, there is hope. There is hope. You are not dying. Thank you.
Thank you, Doc. We are so grateful. God bless you. Thank you for always gracing this platform.
Okay, you're welcome.
Thank you, sir. That was Dr. Mpɔtam Leslie of Standard Clinic in AKUFO-ADDO. It's getting hotter and hotter. I'll go for a quick break, and when I'm back, the politicians will also take the center stage. Stick and stay right here. Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Asampaetia Obayansa fusu wo munibia wanka na asam Tema futu sam kakre wa asupeme Yo kofi Oman ya woman Omani ya memana Genyi baby ako Wacha zaza ya warenyi Wonsom Wanini pa Asadipa wofyoye Yamo yemberaye, ebe ya ifuyana. Amaya umano, amaya memana. Adi waye no ya, nyamichata, nyamana renya.
Yamo Ebraye, be ye feminum yenuara. Honorable Daniel Ashiama is on the line, former Buem constituency MP of the NDC. Honorable, good morning.
Good morning.
Nyamiadum, you are missed.
Well,
I'm still waiting for my corn or millet.
yeah. Oh, it will come. It will come.
No problem. No problem. That's
Yeah.
right. That's right.
Great. Yeah.
Honorable, you're welcome to Papalo Radio and on Mpɔtam Morning Show.
Thank you for having me this morning.
We are also always privileged to have you on the platform.
Thank you.
All right. So, Supreme Court full judgment in Gyakye Quayson's case. The Supreme Court has released the official document in which it declared as unconstitutional the election of James Gyakye Quayson as Member of Parliament for Assin North in the Central Region. This is after a 7-member panel of the Apex Court ordered Parliament to expunge the name of Mr. Gyakye Quayson. Honorable, I'm sure you've had the full judgment, reasoned judgment why Honorable Gyakye Quayson was expunged from Parliament.
Yes, I've had it, even though I couldn't read the whole.
All right. Okay.
I picked the salient ones.
That's what we are going to use to peruse the whole discussion.
Yeah.
That's what I'm asking. But generally, your general overview about the judgment, the reasoned judgment.
My general overview is that yes, the Supreme Court has spoken. In any case, as Ghanaians, we have made the law, the constitution, and give it to the judiciary to handle it for us. And for that matter, we need to respect their judgment. Doing maybe our citizens' analysis of the whole situation. They have spoken.
That's right.
But in this judgment, to me, there is nothing new there. This is all that we have been happy on in the past. The issue is that, yes, the Supreme Court says that at the time of declaration to become an MP, he was holding the Canadian and Ghanaian passports.
That's right.
Which shouldn't be so. That is the Supreme Court's judgment or thinking. But we, the listeners to, or Ghanaians to, have also listened to Gyakye Quayson, that after he has won the elections, the primaries to contest, a case was made against him from the constituency. Then they dealt with it at the Electoral Commission at the constituency, then moved to the Electoral Commission headquarters, the EC's headquarters. And then he made a total disclosure of his processes for renunciation as a Canadian. The documents have been seen by the Electoral Commission, and it is based on those processes that he has embarked on to renounce his Canadian citizenship. The approval was given by the EC for him to contest. And that is why it is not surprising that in the judgment, the Electoral Commission even blamed the EC.
That's right.
For accepting that.
I know the EC was faulted. That's one subject we'll discuss. But
so in any case, it is not like Gyakye Quayson was hiding something that the Supreme Court has now come to expound. He was not hiding anything. Everything through his process of filing for renunciation was made known to the EC, because the EC has the power. If he has seen that Gyakye Quayson has faulted, has the power to disqualify him. The same EC disqualified Papa Kwesi Ndu from contesting the election, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Even the presidential candidate was disqualified. Do you think the EC cannot disqualify a parliamentary candidate? They can do that. But in their own wisdom and the processes that this person has gone through, they've seen that no, this gentleman has disclosed all the issues surrounding his Canadian citizenship and how he wants to come back as a Ghanaian to help his people. So there is nothing hidden here for anybody to say that, oh, Gyakye Quayson, you didn't try. And erroneously, the FPP people are trying to compare this to the Abu Sakande's case.
It has always been the narrative.
It is totally wrong. Listeners should listen to me very well. It is totally wrong because as at the time Abu Sakande was in parliament, he was still holding 3 passports. He was still holding 3 passports. That is the dichotomy. That is the difference between Abu Sakande and Gyakye Quayson. At the time Gyakye Quayson was sworn in as a member of parliament in Ghana, he was no longer holding Canadian passport. He was holding a Ghanaian passport and fully a citizen of Ghana. So
the MPP holds the view that he was in the process. If you are in the process, it does not mean you have been given the certificate.
Yes, but listen to me here.
Yes,
why? What do we hear from MPP today? In the year 2020, the MPP is blaming all their recklessness on COVID. The government is recklessly blaming COVID for their financial recklessness and our economic quagmire. Now, Gyakye Quayson to say that, yes, I have started the process earlier. Had it not been COVID, I wouldn't have completed long ago.
Oh, okay.
Now the government is saying, no, or the court is saying, don't listen to Gyakye Quayson. You can't use COVID as an excuse. But the government can use the COVID as an excuse.
Honorable, there are other publications indicating that Honorable Gyakye Quayson was first disqualified to stand for elections in 2012 and 2016 and even 2020. Is that correct?
That one, to be frank with you,
you have no idea.
I have no idea.
All right, so let's look
if
at
somebody has been disqualified for which it is not based on perjury or criminality,
okay,
for which he can stand an election and for which he stood an election and won, the only thing I can tell you is that this is MPP gimmick, personal hatred. Because you also heard from some of their gurus that Gyakye Quayson having beaten their candidate, we will see whether he will stay in parliament. These are some of the things. Yes. So these are some of the things. As I'm speaking to you now, whilst in parliament, I have a criminal charge against me. But I was still in parliament until I lost my election and come home. And that does not mean that, oh, I've done anything. Today, if I want to pick form and contest, I can contest because I've been cleared. These are some of the things we should be learning as politicians. We should not be dabbling in party politics, pettiness that will not lead us anywhere as a nation.
You agree with me that the pettiness in our body politics is becoming unbecoming. I agree with you. I'm on the same level. Let's appreciate when the need arises. But Honorable, Supreme Court verdict on Gyakye Quayson contradicts Section 20 D of PNDC Law 284. Sami Gyamfi, your National Communication Officer, says so. The opposition National Democratic Congress has, after receiving the full verdict, challenged the Supreme Court decision to depose James Gyakye Quayson as Member of Parliament for Assin North. The party says the ruling contradicts election laws in the country. Sami Gyamfi, the NDC's National Communications Director, noted in a statement that according to Section 20D of the Representation of the People's Act, PNDC Law 284, a candidate must be qualified at the time of election, not nomination as stated by the apex court. Strangely, the Supreme Court of Ghana in their judgment says that that qualification must be at the time of nomination. The decision of the Supreme Court to annul Honorable Gyakye Quayson's election is solely based on the fact that at the time he submitted his nomination form to the EC on 9th October 2020, he had not received his certificate of renunciation of his Canadian citizenship, Mr. Gyamfi says. Honorable, your take on this one?
Now, you realize that in Ghana, we have agencies that have been empowered to act on our behalf. Now, who qualifies Gyakye Quayson? Is the EC. Has the EC has the powers to qualify somebody? Yes. And so when the EC qualifies somebody, and then the Supreme Court comes and says no, you see, there is one ailment we have to cure.
Tell
now,
us.
when to MPP people, everything go to Supreme Court, everything go to Supreme Court, everything go to Supreme Court. Now you ask yourself, if everything that happens in this country, the Supreme Court will be posing note in it, or we are sending it to them, then why do we create agencies and empower them, and we are paying workers?
It is because our institutions, so-called independent institutions, for me, I don't think they are not. I don't think they are independent.
You see, this is advice to the Supreme Court. There are some things you should not be dabbling into them always, because we have independent institutions created by the Constitution. This independent institution has qualified this person. Then somebody come and say that, oh, this person, the way the independent institution for which the workers are being paid have qualified this person is not correct. Then the Supreme Court will jump in, dabbling in all things that people will be looking at them as if they are acting political.
Honorable, I think if you, the citizens, don't take your cases there, they won't sit on the matter. But I will understand you to an extent that, yes, peradventure, if anything, the Supreme Court can advise that go to the EC and address your issues.
That's right. That is what I am coming from. Because, you know, that is why I advise all politicians. Look, if you send a political party's case as a member of that party to court, the finality, yes, the finality, yes, the finality of the court to say that, oh, go back to your party and resolve that matter. I don't think you are finished dealing with the issue at your party level. That is what we should be seeing. That is what we should be seeing. Then you are telling Ghanaians or teaching us that, yes, these independent bodies must act and must act in good faith.
Honorable, is politicians in Ghana becoming familiar with the Supreme Court?
Familiar? No, they are becoming mischievous with Supreme Court.
Honorable and your words.
Yes, because you see, it is a
because those days hardly will you hear Supreme Court has said this, Supreme Court has once in a blue moon. It was very scarce in the public space, honestly.
But today, chicken, goat, everything can just write to Supreme Court. Excuse me to use that word. Not in that human beings are chickens. I'm just looking at minute cases that everything then the Supreme Court. And then it becomes so worrying. When you hear the MPP people tell you to go to Supreme Court, then you ask yourself, this Supreme Court or the court that you want us to go, Nana-Addo has empaneled the Supreme Court than ever before. So what is your interest to direct me? Why won't you direct me to the EC? And why can't EC? EC has done its job. And we, the institutions of this country, should help with the citizens. You see, when an independent agency have done a job, it is not for you. Is it nice for us to be hearing that the Supreme Court is blaming the EC for accepting? So, but didn't the EC have that locum to deal with this issue? They have. They have. And they have been doing it. They disqualified Papa Kwesindum. You see, but there are some cases before we realize.
So, Honorable, why do you think the EC couldn't disqualify Honorable Gyakye Quayson?
Because he has actually taken a critical look of the issues surrounding his candidature.
Okay.
And then have seen the possibility of him renouncing his Canadian citizenship. He has not hid anything. The person has not hide anything.
So it's either before the nomination or after the nomination.
So the EC having that power to tell the person that, oh, where you have gotten now, you have qualified.
Okay.
That is the decision of the independent agency.
Can the EC be sued?
Who is going to sue EC now?
That's right.
Who is going to sue because it is an agency of government. Will the Supreme Court sue somebody in its own court? That is the question. So you see that they just blame the EC because they want to get at Gyakye Quayson. So that blaming, you shouldn't have done this. But they are holding on Gyakye Quayson, expunge his name. You get to that. Meanwhile,
so in the same force, and in the same measure, why don't we take the EC to court to answer these questions?
As a party or as Gyakye Quayson?
As Gyakye Quayson and as a party.
Well, we've had some experience with EC as NDC.
So, Robo, let me read this one quickly so that you come in. I know where you are going, but then NDC punches holes into Supreme Court full judgment on Gyakye Quayson. The Director of Legal Affairs of the Opposition National Democratic Congress has poo-pooed portions of the Supreme Court full judgment, which formed the basis for the removal of James Gyakye Quayson's name from the records of Parliament as the Member of Parliament for Asin North. The Supreme Court on Monday released the official document detailing why it declared as unconstitutional the election of James Gyakye Quayson as MP for Asin North in the Central Region. On Monday, Mr. Abraham Amaliba described as mind-boggling the failure of the Apex Court to particularly address Section 24D of the PNDC Law 284. Honorable, the NDC had poo-pooed portions of the Supreme Court, basing the argument on the Constitution, the PNDC Law 284, that's Section 21D. And if the Supreme Court saw all these and have come out with this judgment, what is the official position of the NDC going into election? Just over the weekend, Honorable Gyakye Quayson has again declared his intentions to contest for the Senate election. Your take on this one?
You see, the truth of the matter is that the reason why the NDC is doing this is that the state institution, an independent organ of the state, EC, has qualified somebody. The government and the constitution have given EC power to do its job. So the EC has used its powers.
That's right.
And said the circumstances around this person's candidature, we have qualified him. Now, you realize that you ask yourself, why did EC qualify Gyakye Quayson? Because EC knows that before somebody will become an MP, he needs to contest and win the elections.
That's right.
You have to contest and win. So picking a form alone does not make you what? An MP.
A winnable candidate.
No, not at all. It doesn't make you a winnable candidate. Because you are now going to double in whether you win or lose. So the EC has taken a critical look at this process. Okay, for the benefit of the doubt, go and contest, because until we contest, conduct the 2020 elections, if you have not gotten 1, 2, 3, then maybe you cannot be an MP and you cannot be sworn in.
That's
now,
right.
Before this 7th January 2021, Gyakye Quayson has qualified to be a citizen. Do you get me right?
That's right.
So the Supreme Court is just busy, and then the criminal aspect of it is that why didn't you declare under your declaration that you have these two powers? No, he has made it clear. He has made it clear. And EC in its own wisdom have seen that, yes, this person has not faulted in any way. He should go ahead and contest. Now the Supreme Court is coming to say that what EC has done is not correct. No, Supreme Court is trying to be, shall I say, a master everywhere. But you see what happens the other time.
So you can't be a judge in your own court.
Yes, you cannot be, because everybody has independent. You see, that is why the independence of the arms of government that we are refusing to strengthen. Like Parliament to take its own decision, issue its own decision that will kneel to the nation's benefit and development. So
Honorable, I side with you on this one. I am of the view that the police, IGP, the Chief Justice, and not they must appoint their own of the government at the time.
That is why we are saying that the Constitution of Ghana today must be reviewed.
Certainly, I agree on that score. I'm a staunch advocate for that.
The presidency has too much powers, and they are abusing the powers on the citizens. Too much powers. Why should a constitution create an organ, an institution, to do its work? The institution does its work with the chairman of the Electoral Commission. Now the Supreme Court says that what you have done is not correct. No, it is a disgrace to us. It is a disgrace to us as a nation.
Honorable, let's move forward to the Assin North election. Whatever it is, the Supreme Court has decided, and as it stands now, Honorable Gyakye Quayson is no more the MP of legally the MP for Assin North. That's right. So we are going into the elections. The NDC raised a red flag, I think yesterday or 2-3 days ago, that the MPP in connivance with the EC is trying to import somebody who does not qualify to be a parliamentary candidate for the MPP. What do you say about this one?
Yes, that it is not just about the connivance. You realize that a journey of 1 million miles
begins with a step.
And this is where I tell Ghanaians that if His Excellency Nana Addo AKUFO-ADDO tells you that it is go and protect your ballot box election day, you are just going to protect a ghost box. Because whatever they will do, they would have done it during this time. And these are the process. Now, the truth of the matter is that Charles Opoku has picked a nomination form at Assin North. Why should he pick a nomination form at Assin North?
He's not a voter in the constituency.
Yes, he's not a voter there. Why should he pick? Who gave him? By whose orders?
And transfer of votes is somewhere in August or so.
Yes, it has not been done. There has no, the CI that the EC sent to Parliament, if it were to be approved, like the EC would have conducted limited registration.
That's right.
But it has not been approved. So the EC could not do that. Now we are contesting by election. And then somebody moved from Takwa and Swayim to where? To Assin North to contest. Then when NDC raised this red flag, then what will the MPP come and say? Oh, we have not filled anybody. They are just picking the form. And then EC2 says that we have not received anybody. Go and tell that to Marines. Go and tell that to Marines. Because when you see the statement of the EC, it's quoting Article 92 or 94 about criminal qualification of a citizen to contest a parliamentary election. 18 years might be sound mind, but they ran away of quoting Article 51.
That's right.
Which gives the EC the mandate to develop a new CI, constitutional instrument, that produces the guidelines for the election. And then when you go there, they talk about anybody, yes, can contest election anywhere, but within a stipulated time, you need to transfer your votes.
And the time is not up.
And that's what the 2 days, it is gone already. And so that person cannot move. But the MPP and the EC, this is why we say that they are in what? Cohort, okay? They are doing dilly-dally. They are just quoting the general...
Honorable in your terminologies. I like that.
They are doing dilly-dallying. This is why we brought them together, because they refuse to educate the public about Article 51 and then the elections, regulations. And the election regulations is that you must present yourself to the returning officer of your news center that you are moving. And this must be done within 42 days. Meanwhile, now, Tomorrow they are organizing by-election. Have they covered 42 days that they have to allow to elapse? And then for them to see his new residence and all that could be done. Meanwhile, you have allowed the person to pick the form. But when we talk, then the MPP will tell you that, oh, you NDC people, you cannot read. But you couldn't bring out these facts to the people to educate them. You are running around with Article 92 and leaving Article 51 there. How mischievous, how hypocritical are these people? And that is why we are saying that if the EC also does accept and was quoting only Article 92, then MPP and the EC are doing dilly-dally. And that is where they come from. They should come and educate us on Article 51. Didn't do that. They didn't do that. That is the mischievousness of these two organs that we are talking about.
Honorable, let's look at the main elections. I know your focus is on Honorable Gyakye Quayson, but you've opened nominations for people to come. But he's one of the main candidates. Is the NDC ready to take back, or, for lack of a better word, retain that seat for the NDC?
NDC as a political party will support Gyakye Quayson and the people of Asino for Gyakye Quayson to win. And that is why it is heartwarming.
Is it because you don't have the men?
No. We have the men. But you know, when you have a soldier who is fighting with you and he's injured, and you see that the potential of him getting hit and walking again is there. What do you throw him away?
No.
Because you have another soldier?
No.
Cure him. Let him stand on the feet and let us work together. Bring others on the fold. If we should neglect Gyakye Quayson today, NDC is finished, because it means we lack candor, love for each other in the party. So in difficult times, we must stand by our people. How the government and then the courts have psychologically tortured Gyakye Quayson, it is not this time that we have to say that we have the men, so he should go. No, you don't have to do that.
And he's already 71 years.
Who?
Honorable Gyakye Quayson.
Is how old?
70 plus.
Yes. So we should leave him. Then another should go. Then another should go.
Long ago.
And in the parliamentary elections, you don't have age. Once the people send you, go and do the job.
All right. So age in politics is just a number.
That is it. And what I said, I wanted to say earlier was that the whole process is heartwarming when you see women, ladies in Asino, pasting his posters. That is the spirit. And you know what one lady says yesterday? He said the time the Gyakye came, the whole part of the town, there's so much darkness. And now he came and gave them light. And so when they are going for Emprantry, they don't fear again. So you can't see that.
That's laughable on that one. Honorable.
The lady was on tape.
That's right.
You may not know what somebody.
At least there wouldn't be any ghosting after them.
That's all. When you see a tree, no, it's a tree.
That's
right.
A car, maybe including what you are even thinking, they will see it and see it better.
I am not thinking anything.
Anyway. Honorable, your final words.
Yes, all that I would like to tell Asino people is that this is the time we have to be behind Gyakye Quayson. Don't let the MPP people deceive you that there will be another by-election, but because of the criminal matter.
That's right.
Yes, the criminal matters in court does not take 1 year.
That's right.
They don't take 2 years. Unless somebody wants to be so mischievous. It takes time.
That's right.
Witnesses will come. And then the defendant and the complainant, all their witnesses will come. And then the judge, the court will listen to them before finally passing a judgment. This will be more than 2 years. And if it will be more than 2 years, you know we are ending the 8th parliament next year or early 2025.
That's right.
So give him the green light. So that his money that has locked up he should go and bring it to you and develop the area more.
All right.
If MPP were to do good job, it is not today that they will be telling us that they are seen enough in their.
Yeah, they have actually initiated about 112 projects in the constituency. Interestingly, when we interviewed one of their people, they are of the view that once they have started developing the place, working at night or morning or afternoon is no issue. They were already working before the by-election was declared, and so they will keep working. It's not because of the election.
They should give the timeline of their work, so that when the Gyakye Quayson wins, they will not carry the equipment away.
Anyway, we will go back to Kumawu one of these days and see if development. I'm told they have put on hold all the roads they were constructing at night. So
is a chameleon.
Honorable, thank you very much. Good morning. We'll talk again.
Your call has been put.
All right, so that was Honorable. I nearly said Honorable Gyakye Quayson. So that was Honorable Daniel Ashiama. He was the former MP for Buem constituency. On my BE Nwara. All right, very soon we'll be going on the phone again. Today, our reporter Oheneba Kofi Prince is already on standby to give us updates somewhere in Ashaman, and one of the most populous areas within Tema metropolis or Tema region, and so we'll be going there. And he's actually stationed at one particular, a notable place, a very famous park in Ashaman, Mandela Park, and the place is actually in a mess. And we'll put him on the line to speak to the issue. It's so much. I've heard about Mandela Park. Interestingly, you see pastors praying on the field, footballers are playing, social events and all that. You have people go there. So he will be speaking to us and tell us what is happening in Ashaman. But before that, you are 5 years old. Hayden, Kwabia, auntie, a happy raining blessed birthday to my beautiful daughter. This is coming from your mother, Gladys Bainini. She's the CEO of AIM Ghana. So your mother says enjoy your day, and she's 5 years, but she is the EYS magazine child ambassador for Ghana and Africa, greatness from childhood. And on this day, may the good Lord bless you abundantly to become a blessing to your generation. May you always be the first among the rest. May you be the head and not the tail. Love you so much, Hayden. This is coming from your mother, Gladys Baini, CEO of AIM Ghana, and she's also the ambassador for Papa Law and Media. So congratulations, Hayden. You are 5. 5 means grace. May God bless you. May God keep you and protect you. Oheneba Mache.
Yeah.
Bokode.
Oh, what the AKUFO-ADDO ya hoye ba.
Said o ka say di ase wanya kokoni ko se biedi.
Minya ya na so.
Na Ashaman, omaduane o mo pepa ne dey.
Ashaman.
Aha.
Hey, Gobelando.
Sa? Gobelando. Okay. Enti uwo joint bi aya otai eje bito wahu.
Oh, Gobene die, Ashama die, Ebua.
Na Ashama yesi anadwo 12 nyina opeduane a obenya.
Ubenya papa. Ano omundao. Ashama ye baby biaye biaye nda.
Ntine wo so o mine ye bua Ashama papa.
Exactly. Ashama na be the major market. Yeah,
that's right.
Oh, sorry, around 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, I'll
Now, and then the Ashama who dero. I mean, Ashaman is noted for all the bad stuffs and all that. I think you be the right person to start propagating and pushing the agenda of Ashaman. Anyway, and then I also him for the Ujina, then I also baby Ujina.
All right, my teacher with you for no for you and brother for Law Radio.
Also,
my baby PMO, a Mandela Park. Mandela Park.
Mandela Park, the old boss a strike pa, it rings a bell. That's a very famous area.
Oh, pa, a hand person I Ashama Divisional Police Headquarters.
Okay.
Anyone police station anyone
It's what I want Facebook or Mombra Facebook and YouTube. Obonzi here the pictures now to towards there. The state of Mandela Park here. But your twaso.
All right, Namibe who is there. Over Ashamana Kasano. You cannot air of fine young fine development find your air the moment. A fine year. Ushe Ashaman at the whole. A fine pound, I say a fine domini quampa. Almost coin nine. Now, let's start your stories. My stories are but stories are me in effort Ashama Quine. Problem, major problem.
That's right.
Now, the day I'm the PMU Mandela Park. Now, Mandela Park, no. Ushe traffic light Nasia. I don't put in a media mauna.
That's right.
Who said? A year potholes. Where I know potholes where I'm Manankasa. Now, in so a picture there 2 days ago.
Oh, this is too bad. A man for Mombra Facebook never share one Casabashi when so be facing so great to see here. Is here a visa producer or see so toy, but the are taught that done the Gusu Tahono. Oh, I
accept him. Said, who's the amount for some Yomaka only say like a friend saying, Asama Hano. Problem Wahana, a Omoquine. Now, Quine so no. As someone car or mine, as Samano, grown as someone call mine. And you know, a bendia back, a binocle, a bendia back, a banco, no coming in shot.
Asama Fonso to a bapao. Almost done by a banner by echo.
Yes, now Asama come and say, once about Asama now, I say, and this never saw, I say, and you're not buying any also. Into the onye. Now, NDC back, they are far NDC as a MPR. On also bar, or say, and you're not buying any also.
I just said, and Pennyphony diabro. But they drew about toward the almost per se, you're sorry, how much echo to a bamo. Gomu, you say, ye poodles near almost pen or bay, you almost selfish pa. You're penny for me, you selfish papa.
Eti papa. Niamida sound no share on my own shall samai.
When the corona bokra, me who sa branty be jumping so no share said ye all jump here because in so not taho. When you know the cholera and then turn to malaria bebre or manford. I don't know politicians would trim with dinsa. Or manford be to us. I said a traffic light in the GCB hopper. Traffic light in the Kramesha and also Nyejuma.
And Nyejuma can want to be.
It's your family bomusa, one more crashing, not traffic and not up as war. And what brings you a Nyejuma because as economic hours, you will see the keke. Now, and ya wa oko when him kakra, say minima shama idea. So oko when him kakra, as I would do when each shama run about on. Ya wana, or district assembly ni wo. Court in the war, ya wana court in this war. It's your mofaho.
5 service in the one war.
Prosif one ye MP ni DC, the your mofaho.
Papa.
Most of what you bow.
Kuro te say Ashaman. Now we say nipa dodo wa Ashaman. Nipa dodo ekita wa ha. Because people normally ebi mu timi fit behind my baby aba Ashaman. Ashaman kita nipa wa ha. Nipa so e wa Ashaman. Businesses air cost, you know, poor air cost. And go for your businesses air cost wa say. And the Ashaman no akwa ye say e bia ya go fudi akwani abade bia. Enye bia ya muto. And the ekwan no e your major problem e wo Ashaman bia. Asama Kuno, a major problem. A quine near back.
Coffee, or man for the bio.
Now, a man for another person, may be with you. Come on, also. A person, and Mamma Cassan back when I say, and I almost threw some Becassa.
Look at that.
Almost through no crane and
not 21st century. Maybe your mind or my papa, me to have a tax. Me bomb a home dear to your tax, merely be to your police for. Any assembly for you, or more, your tax in the addition. Now, and the 21st century, who shows some will be Casa, or Ghana, or Omunyabotre, Omunyabotre.
me ne ebi mu di nkomo na me tete mu se na mbasa ne yenti no omo mame ehun ntire mu kakra na osuro na ba kokko kan ne se o se o be kasa sisi ano ade be che no ye ja o gate no e ba be che wa na mse
o Ghana ha
esuro
o de nye Ghana ha o be che me se me match ma ye kwanfu eda ho o be che hwan na de Ghana na ye obi dia emra ni a DC na ebechi wa na MP ni na ebechi o ye MP na onye wadwuma yi a wo de tena ho na ye asama de ye NDC seat o te ho na fa se rapture why o man for the tie o de ema ye ho 6 years from now said o man for the ni te no ho anu ti na ase not election me follow papa because say o man for no AB kase MPP for office o mo ye kumawufu ana o be kire mo ho power light so mu to me ye ne saa ebesisa the narrative amebedu baby no say office seat ni ye wo dia na say ho dia shama de ye NDC for seat o ye comfortable ebedu baby no manfo no behu say yentumo bia odi development e be de beba na kaye eti ashama for ye kama se mamu suro bia kire wadwen Ghana mamra mu no ye freedom of speech anye freedom of edidiatem freedom of speech wo so kire wadwen Kofi to aso.
Enti papa na omo ka se ya se asama wa se na development papa bia enfrimumba omo akwan ye omo so a there is no aduma anase one district one factory aban ka so be ba kokura ani wa esi ha se.
Omo nyanya omo de.
Ombe ka se o na ban na ban no bo so share no otumi edisubi ama asama nso nya ho faso da bi asama hu nya ho faso ba kokura ye omo ba so ma be road omo be ye kwan ni nyina na asema omo nyenye biye na ade ba ko mo kan ni se omo ya se na NDC MPP ni MP ni wo ho ene DC ni wo ho na ye ko kana DC ni se ono no anase MP ni se enyo no na ban na wo so entinu oni hu ni obeye na ho anase oni ni obeye ena me kai se ho na me kai se ndra oni se me read story about honorable Gyakye Quayson asami.
That's right.
Now, reading me when he say, breku, as in not breku. Nature or man for the pen person among fan as an MP or be when he say, Papa no, a quan what pressure or the pressure not to our buying so. Am I buying to me a township,
Rose,
no. I'm almost to me and they do so air possible. And tell my team, now. I will say, "Man, your dog be demanded." On one of them, and found we say, "Oh, some," and after when you some, if anything, I said, "Biblia." But I saw it. When I cannot Asama, as you say, but Asama, other people, Asama development, they can't find party.
All right, yeah,
you see, I mean, okay, overset traffic, overset traffic. I see what you say. The coming of Papa. Where who so we corner with them, and we will come down because a young Kabatan 9 road no cost way for Yaba. It's ending there. Traffic in your Juma because of the Marco.
All right. Your business for the case issue at the Yasamoto assembly no. Any MP no, any assembly member or someone monko ye a Mandela a pack or a quina down I say monko na monko ye. Now face traffic and so monche MTTD moya day National Road Safety Authority monina DVLA monche say traffic no ebeko ye Kofi for what's embrace na yebre e wo studio house
na aye police station ni nyina no from police station any na say papa when you na say when you
nipa chenkwa na omuni uche
police nanimu the whole divisional with police station aye headquarters mu asama kwan omoni mo na say omani mo na say papa eti ya stress aye abatoche aye DC no and there's no MP no yes sir no onta ni be here asama na asama no major problem
yo
akwan ye mama bia be ko yi
that's it
okay
I mean shira yeah reporter Oheneba Kofi Prince and ya ne kasa wa homa so ogina ashaman Mandela Park animu hwa omokwan ne nyenyenyenyenye na omo traffic light ne so me ko short break and when I'm back David Santos my co-host is here will do justice to all the topic that has been discussed in the course of this program. Important morning show with Papa Law Perfect, 25 minutes on top of the hour, 9 a.m. GMT in the studios of Papa Law Radio. We're streaming live on www.modernghana.com, onlineradiobox.com. Like I said, I have to just do these birthday wishes from Gladys Baini, the CEO of AIM Ghana. Today, your daughter, Hayden, is 5 years old. God bless you, Hayden. All right, I'm going for a short break, and when I'm back, we'll talk. Right, on my which part of the globe, wherever you find yourself, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. The show is Important Morning Show with Papa Law Perfect, my co-host David Santos, so produced by Jude GH. David Santos,
Attorney General.
Yes, sir. Bokorie.
Do some time with the Obisa say Boko and Yaboko.
Or mentor.
Yeah. His Excellency.
Excellency in the making.
Yeah.
I foresee that, honestly.
Okay.
He's going to be a great president for Ghana, for God and country. John Appiah spoke to us. He is the president for African Chamber for Youth Development. We spoke to Dr. Brefo Apo Leslie, and then we spoke to Honorable Ashama, and then finally Ohenba Kofi Praise with a report from Mandela Park.
Yeah.
Your take on all this topic, and then we'll call it a day.
Okay, Attorney, I'll make it
yes,
brief.
Sir. Go ahead.
Yeah, because most of the things that we spoke about today, I believe that those who are watching and listening to us, they do understand everything.
That's right.
We learned a lot from John Appiah, who is a celebrity. Somebody who does something that is praiseworthy, something positive, something impactful. So those that we call them celebrities, if what they are doing is not in line with what John Appiah said
positively,
yes,
people can trend for all the bad reasons.
Yeah. So then those that we call them celebrities, if we don't see those qualities in them, means that they are not celebrities as we call them to be. And so that is what we've learned today. We also learned about the advantage and then the disadvantage of who a celebrity is, and he opened and threw more light on that. And then you also asked whether all of us can be a celebrity.
That's right.
And he said yes. But are you ready to take the course? Are you prepared for it? If you are not, because it has a whole lot of things that goes around it. Are you ready? If you are not ready, then you can be. But it's for everybody. Everybody can be. You also ask whether if you want to be a celebrity, is it about talent or gifts?
That's right.
Yeah. And he said both.
Luck.
Or luck. But he said both.
Yeah.
You can have the talent.
Yeah. But luck can elude you.
That is it.
That's true.
And so, in fact, it's always a pleasure to listen to Mr. John Appiah.
That's right.
That is great there. Great delivery to us well.
That's right.
So we always thank him for always coming through to educate us on those petty issues that it's petty issues that people see it as petty issue, but the way they see it, we don't see it like that. We see it like a big issue.
That's right.
And so we thank you for that. And then doctor also came in educate us on,
hepatitis.
Yes.
We have the chronic one and then the acute one.
Yeah, the acute one.
The acute one.
We have sicknesses.
In fact, the chronic one, according to Doc, that means you have hepatitis more than 6 months.
Okay.
That's the chronic one.
Okay.
And then the acute one is within the first 6 months.
Okay. Yeah. So he also do justice on that for us. We learn a lot, and don't forget we'll be coming back. To deal with the ABC, the up to the E. And so we'll be taking them one by one.
That's right.
And so just prepare for us. We promise to make sure that we give you all the best and then all the education that you need. And so that is it. Attorney.
Yes, sir.
Let me come back to Honorable Daniel Asiama. Asiama. Delivery on that. But Attorney.
Yes, sir.
Let's see the dichotomy between the Supreme Court judgment and then the EC judgment.
That's right.
We should all agree to the fact that the document handed to EC shows that yes, he was holding a Canadian document.
That's right. Yeah.
Okay, now, if that is true, and then EC had a time to go through all those documents, and she thinks that per where he has gotten to, he can be allowed to contest. And now Supreme Court is also saying a different thing. Attorney, let us see whether the document that is being handed to EC, there are some mistakes in it, or there are some hidden things in it. If it's not, then the blame is supposed to go to EC. Because at a normal circumstance,
that's right,
what the EC could have done is that, one, even though the person is in the process of working on the Canadian document or certificate, it should have been you finish it, but the person didn't finish it. Is in a process. Process there, anything can happen.
That's right.
She also
be denied.
Yes. But you see things that no, since you are in a process of working on the certificate, by all means, I believe that you'll be able, to go through.
That is an assumption. Looking at the face of the law is illegal.
Yes.
So on that score, the EC was irresponsible.
That is it.
On that score, yeah.
So
let's settle that issue.
We should settle that issue. So the argument from the Supreme
Court.
So
the EC and the Supreme Court judgment. The Supreme Court says it was unconstitutional.
That is it.
For the EC to have allowed Gyakye Quayson to go through the process to vie for that position as a parliamentary candidate.
You see, so we should all agree to the fact that there has been an error from the EC office.
That's right.
And they should agree to the fact that that is how it's supposed to be. And they didn't do the action based on what they have seen so far. They believe that what they have seen so far is enough for them to allow him. And it is being settled on that.
Okay.
And so we should leave that. You ask a question based on now, it seems the Supreme Court, anybody is asked. Yes.
They are getting familiar.
Yes.
I mean, everybody. But in the Superior Court of Judicature, in the Supreme Court, Accra AD 2023, the quorum, those Supreme Court justices who sat on Gyakye Quayson issue about his unconstitutional vying for that position as a parliamentarian. It was JSC. When we say JSC, we are talking about Justice of the Supreme Court.
Okay.
And the presiding judge was Doche, Justice Doche JSC, who is the presiding judge. Amegache GSC Owusu, that's Miss Owusu, GSC Tokono, Mrs. Tokono, who has been nominated for the CJ position, the Chief Justice position, Mrs. Tokono, GSC, Professor Mensa Bunsu, Mrs. GSC Kolendi, GSC Akayensu, Miss Akayensu, GSC. So they passed this judgment.
This judgment. I don't have any issue with the judgment per se.
Right.
My issue is that if they have any blame, that should go straight to the EC. Because the document that is being presented to them and then the EC, I don't think there is a lie, as Honorable Daniel is saying.
That's right.
If there is something wrong with the document that is being handed to EC, and then different thing is also being said at the Supreme Court, then it means there is something fishy somewhere. That is my issue. I like the fact that they open up and they are also doing their work. I'm not going to interfere into what they are saying. They know the law better, and so
I like the fact that Honorable Ashama stipulated emphatically that it is high time we allow the independent bodies to work without any interference. But the reality is, the Supreme Court is becoming a familiar grounds for these politicians to always go. The MPP is always of the view, go to the Supreme Court.
Yes.
It doesn't mean they packed the Supreme Court. That is the assertion out there. Nobody has appointed on record. No president has appointed Supreme Court justices than the current president. That is His Excellency Nana-Addo.
So it's our leaders who
it marks a bit of suspicion. I mean,
okay.
When you keep telling people go to the court.
Yes, they will go, and they are making it look like now the Supreme Court has turned to a normal police station.
Because those days, hardly will you hear some of these cases go to the court.
Supreme Court. We are talking about Supreme Court, the highest court
in Ghana. The Republic of course.
Yes. Now anybody akoko, they said the okano obinya akoko issue and all the con. But that is not supposed to be like that. And so now everybody will go there because it has become familiar.
That's
right. And it is our leaders who made it to be familiar to us.
And familiarity breeds contempt. So
it seems you are good when it comes to. That's why I like you and your laughter too.
That's right.
It has a meaning.
When I laugh like that, it means something.
I tell you, let me end with Ohiniba reports.
That's right.
The last time I told you that I gave a name to this district assembly, you said I should come down and retract my words.
You said they are useless, and I said no.
You said no.
At least they are lazy.
This one, you see, this not laziness. If you exist, but we see you like you don't exist. What name should we give?
Meanwhile, when they need the people's vote, they go to them.
They go to them.
I'm told when you invite them during election for your naming ceremony, they will come. Yeah, they will come. Honorable will come.
You see,
I remember when we were having our church, when we were having our 5th anniversary, AKUFO-ADDO was then the Accra regional minister at the time. He was there. He came. And he made all the promises. I'm here to receive the promise.
The promise.
Yeah. We invited him. He came. That particular day, he told us he had about 20 engagements to attend.
20?
And ours was
a day?
Yes, a day. Ours was the 4th. And so he was going to move like kangaroo from one place to another. You know, politicians can do anything to get your vote. But I think the citizens must rise up. And I foresee Ghanaian people changing the narrative very soon, in few years to come. But people are getting do you know that Kumawu, somebody brought the video, it was circulating on social media, everybody was discussing it. Now Kumawu stopped work. They've stopped work. Yes. So they are now in Asin North. It's the turn of Asin North.
I tell you, do you know our problem in this country?
Tell us.
Especially our leaders. When we have small issue, they don't care.
That's right.
About the issue. I just say moja tunipa from head to toe. I say almost say nipe whoop from that kind of particular issue that we are in before or when they are in need. That is when they come to our aid, and that nonsense must stop. You see where Ohiniba is reporting from. Traffic light,
it has not been functioning for a very long time. That's a major intersection.
Like seriously. And you ask, see the district assembly, they are
right there,
closer to the place.
That's right.
The court is closer to the place.
Fire service.
In fact, mention all
that's
the institutions.
The district coordinating office.
Yeah. And they are there, and this thing they will not solve it. No one is talking about it, and people will die. People will lose their life. A lot of things will happen there before they will come into our aid. We should stop that. If not, we always end by saying that there is one day, there is accountability.
One day for everyone. Yeah.
So we should be careful.
All right, so we should be careful. There is always one day for the master, one day for the thief. So politicians, I don't know where you belong. Let's do the needful. You came asking us to give you the opportunity to serve us. Are you serving us, or we are serving you? It is only in Africa when you are voted into power, then the people will rather serve you, and you sit unconcerned and be enjoying from the ignorant and innocent people. I think I'm happy that on this platform, on Papalo Radio, we educate the people. We do a lot of education, we inform them, and we entertain them. And I'm happy that we're on course. When it comes to excellence, when it comes to hard work, we have men and women who have worked hard over the years. And one of a kind is our own brother, Jude Divine, our one and only producer. Affectionately known as in public life or in social life, we call him Jude GH. He's been nominated for the best blogger of the year by VMGA. That is the voter region, right? So he's been nominated as best blogger. Let's do the voting. I mean, voting code is GJ16, and so try your possible best to vote for him. Star 800 star 714 hash or star 447 star 714 hash. And he not only that, he's also been nominated as voter media personality in the diaspora. I mean, in the African sub-region and all that. So that's a great achievement, and we must congratulate you in advance. We hope and believe we win this one. Eric Mens also won one some time ago, and we are happy you have also been nominated. But this time we have to win this one. It's winnable. We can win. Yes, we can. So congratulations on my own behalf and on behalf of the team players of Mpɔtam Morning Show. We want to say congratulations. All right, this is where we draw the curtains on today's show, Mpɔtam Morning Show, with me, Papa Law Perfect. So we streamed live on YouTube, Papa Law Radio /TV, and on Facebook, Papa Law Radio /TV. Nana Banan, Miss Kenzie, next on your radio for mid-morning brew. All right, and Cheslina will be on your way with Pillow Drive. And then Kofi Yesu, I mean, yesterday he did a yeoman's job. He did a fantastic job. He sat in for Cheslina for the Pillow Drive. And so Kofi Yesu will also come your way with Ghana and Sensem. The Lord is happening. Alright, so I came, I saw, and I conquered. When you say a prayer, say one for me too. Straight up, don't crooked up. I came, I saw, and I conquered. David Santos, thank you for being part of this great show. And my producer, Judgement, Madam Gifty, Anna, God bless you. Thank you for being part of this great show. We out.